You can tell someone's funny when they're just funny, and they're like Shane wasn't even that great on stage yet, I don't think, but he was in the green room.
He's a funny person.
He is just funny.
Yeah,
he's just funny, and he was in the green room. We were in Philly. We were doing a Call in Sick to Work show, and he's just like, hey, so I heard we're drinking today. It was like 10 in the morning. I go, yeah, let's do fireball shots. He was like, oh, okay. So he's telling me a story, and he mentions his girlfriend. Her name's like Big Tuna. And I said, what? And he goes, this is her nickname. And I went, no, I know that. It's crazy. I've never had a special trend over 6.
Really?
And they've all done really well.
I'm surprised by that.
I've never had one get over a 6, and this one has been at like, it was at 2 for half the week, and it's been at 3 staying there.
Yeah,
really?
Saw that. Yeah.
Awesome. So it's they texted me the day it came out, and Netflix said they're like huge special. I was like, really?
Dude, are we rolling? Are we good? Yo, that is so encouraging to hear, because I was thinking we were talking that this is your 6th Netflix special, right?
My 6th special, 4th Netflix.
Okay, but
you had your the Bert Kreischer collection below it had 6 things in it.
Yeah, so it's the machine. Yeah, I don't know.
But either way, my point being that, like,
was in there, so maybe
the cabin's in there.
Yeah,
the movie's in there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But the fact that you have that many specials and like you're still growing, like that this did the best. You know what I mean? I would almost think that if I was at your level, part of my thought would be like, I've peaked and like I plateaued and there's no way I can keep going up. But it's like, no, you can keep going.
No,
man.
that's exactly what I was thinking this whole last 9 months.
Right.
I've actually been terrified for this special to come out because I was like, you just don't do stand-up enough. When you stop doing stand-up, I've taken 9 months off. When you stop doing stand-up, you just start going, I suck.
Yeah.
I suck.
Yeah.
This is no good. No one's going to like it.
Right.
Everyone's going to hate this dog story. I should have never put it in. I should have ended on a joke. What the fuck am I doing trying to be? I have to give credit to, like, Bill Burr was the first person I ever noticed that every special he did something different than he had done before.
Yeah.
He seemed like he was challenging himself.
Right.
Whether it was one special, he had this really brilliant act out. And I remember talking to him about it, and he was like, yeah, you gotta keep trying new stuff.
Yeah.
And it is true. It's when you get stagnant in comedy is you just become this, I do the one thing, and Isla did this, Leanne does that.
The machine, yeah.
And so I challenged myself when I told the machine the first time. It was a 12-minute story, and I was like, wow, man, I've grown. And then on Secret Time, I found this. I learned how to make a special for Netflix, and on this one, I was like, I want to try to do this thing where you get people to cry and laugh at the same time. And
mission accomplished.
And it was crazy because it was happening on the road, and it was like dudes coming up and they're like, dude, you have me fucking bawling my eyes out, man. He's like, what the fuck, man? And I'm crying, laughing, and God damn it, man! Like, fuck, you better put that in special. But I was like, I don't know. I thought I was gonna get mocked, you know.
No, well, yeah,
that really surprised me. Bert just told us that in the hallway, but I did not like watching it live. I didn't cry. I'm not much of a crier. But
by the way, I'm taking my shoes off. I hope you don't mind. I'm like so uncomfortable. I'm this close to saying open one of those bottles of whiskey.
I instinctively
I got a drink for you, by the way.
Let's do it. What?
We'll do it in a little bit.
But like watching it, I was like, I thought it was great and awesome. But I like never did I think like, oh, people might mock him for this or something like that. Like I
get mocked for everything online. I mean, my whole life, I live my life out loud, and you just got to realize, if you're going to be who I am, where I've posted pictures of my semi-hard dick in a Speedo. I've posted pictures of both my girls crying when I dropped them off at college, both of them. If you're going to do that, you can't be a bitch about it and be like, oh, they don't like it. They're going to make fun of it. Like, even like Legion of Skanks mocked me for the dick picture. They were just, but you go, dude, that's what you are. You're a comedian. Everything's a fucking joke. If people are gonna make fun of you, let them make fun of you. That's them making fun of you. You would do it if you were them. And
right.
So, but
once you realize, and some people are not jokes. Some people are just assholes. But most people are just like busting your balls, talking shit, and the same way you do it to other people. Once you kind of like can look through that lens, it's like, none of this really matters. And I mean, on this, I get a ton of hate too. And like, if you let that stop you, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? We were just saying the other day, you have dominated life. You've absolutely you own life, right? Like your family's happy, the money, the you're always like partying. You're the life of the party. Like your wife's great. You've crushed it. And if there's gonna be some people who talk shit online, like, I mean, fine, bro. If that's the one drawback, you're coming out way ahead.
Georgia is leaving, studying abroad. She's been studying abroad for 90 days, and she watched the special and texted me, and she goes, "Dad, this is amazing." She's like, "I'm so proud of you."
And they hate you.
Yeah. She was like, "I had to skip through the sex with mom stuff."
I was gonna say, did she like all of it? Because the first 10, I was thinking, boy, when you're going, what? It was like George and Isla must be like, ah!
I can't believe you had any fear about the special after the opening 3 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever time it was, when you throw the shirt and it lands right on the mic stand. I was like, that's the most Bert Kreischer thing in the world. Like, it perfectly landed on the mic stand.
I can't believe he wasn't just confident because you were fucking shredded up. Yeah. I can see that you put a few back on.
Put a few back on.
Since then, but man,
he was like, what if you get too skinny? That's not a problem. Guys, I got these things. These things take care of it.
You know what?
I bread.
You know what I was thinking while... I forget what story you were telling, but it actually kind of a nice moment where it was zoomed in close on you, and the background of the special looks very Taylor Swift. It looked very like Lover. Like,
I didn't know that.
Like the Lover album is kind of like that pink with the blue kind of deal.
Yeah.
And then I saw the watch, and I don't even know I'm not a watch guy. I don't know what kind of watch it is, but my thought was, I bet the first time the Machine story was told, he wasn't thinking, I'm going to be telling this with a Rolex on one day.
No, I did not have that watch then, but my dad gave me that for my 40th birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that watch is not, oddly enough, like not my favorite watch, but my dad gave it to me.
Yeah.
And Joe Coy one time texted me, and when I did Secret Time, and he was like, subtle flex, I love the watch. Yeah. And I was like, and I never even acknowledged, I never knew you could get hate from people that saw a watch on you.
Oh, watch people get
guys.
big time. Like,
oh
yeah. You know, this brand versus that brand, or this model versus that model, and all that shit.
Or even like people going, dude, fuck that guy. He has a Rolex.
Oh yeah,
I don't need to watch him, so I'll keep my wrist real low today. Because the one I have on is
fucking flashing, bro.
Sick.
Hell yeah.
Are you fucking, hey, suck my dick. Take a look at this. I just got myself robbed. I can't wear this ever
outside the office. Dude, how about Secret Time for this? I hope I'm not talking out of school, but I was just with Bert in Austin, and he told me a few things. First thing, and it's actually very funny to see now that the special came out, and you know it's a hit. Because this motherfucker told me, leading up to the special, he said, this is my last one. I'm done.
Really?
And I said, or maybe you said one more.
I said
one more.
I owe one more to Netflix.
He said one more and one more tour, and I'm done. I said, no fucking chance that's the case. And then also, he was flying to Palm Springs to go Rolex shopping. He goes, I'm only going to buy one more. Yeah, fuck. None of these things are happening. You're doing all of these things many more times.
I'm going to amend all of this. I had intended to do one more tour, one more special, and be done. And then I did stand up this weekend in Vegas, and I did 2 hours on Saturday night. And I'm like, I'm not even fucking close.
Really?
Like, not even close, bro.
I have one of the best stories that made me laugh so hard and murdered about Leanne. It's so embarrassing. So we're empty nesters. I'm not gonna do the whole bit, but I'll tell you the premise. Leanne recently, her and her friends took a stripping class. And so she came, I didn't know about it, and she gave me an unrequested lap dance. And this woman has never been to a strip club.
She does not know how that works.
I was like seeing your sister naked. I was like, what are you doing? What? Stop. You're fucking this up. I won't be able to unsee this every time I get a real lap dance. And I just casually told it on to Catherine Blanford and then backstage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I was like, I bet it might be a bit. And so I did it as a bit, and as soon as I did it, I was like, okay, like this is gonna. And then I have the greatest. I mean, I have so much great new material. I'm like so excited. I have a great joke about Shaq's dick. I got so many great fucking jokes. I'm like, okay, I'm on.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, especially
Permission to Party World Tour starts September 18th, and I'm going hard in the fucking paint. I'm gonna cancel a movie to do this tour.
I was gonna say, didn't you and Shaq didn't Shaq just put out like a
dude, it's
a challenge?
It's the greatest. The premise of the movie is unbelievable. Is that all out there?
Yeah. No one knows it. No one knows it.
It's absurd.
The premise of this movie is so good. So good. And Shaq put it in the universe. He gets what he wants. That guy's the man for a
It
reason.
happened already. This was before.
It's happening.
I mean, this was after.
You're filming
he's-
it.
We're working that out. We're working that out.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Shaq's the man. Shaq's the fucking man.
I was gonna ask, like, Kevin had mentioned you might, whatever. You'd flirt with the idea of hanging it up, and I was gonna be like, what are you gonna do? You love this, but you got plenty of things to do.
But also like the type of comic and person you are. You're gonna tell me that Bert Kreischer's not gonna have a special or comedy or material when he's a grandfather?
Yeah.
When you are now you're empty nesters. Now you have your grandkids. Now you have this. Like as long as you're alive, you're gonna have stories to tell, bro.
I just got to figure out how to transition into shirts. I don't know.
At some point, it's gonna get gross.
I don't know how. I'm gonna be 72 years old,
Just sagging.
unbuttoning it. Just, hold on, guys, dude. I would love to be like that old man comic and sit in a chair and do stand up with a cigar and a drink.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, do a little
Maron
white
kinda does
action,
that,
you
right?
know?
How old different are you than Asian Maron? Doesn't Maron sits on a stool a lot?
Does he?
right?
Yeah, he does. He does. I don't know how old Maron is. Those guys are all sneaky. I don't know. Like some guys, there's some guys that are like, and I know people maybe get affected by like saying they're older. That would bother them. I mean, it bothers me. I'll tell you what. This is crazy. So I released special. I'm telling you all the secrets. Okay. I definitely am going to need a drink if we're going to talk about this.
I'm texting Jackie right now to get us glasses.
So I released special. I do not know how it does. It comes out at midnight. You get a full day on the site before you find out if you're trending.
Okay.
The 24 hours. It seems like everyone seems like they like it. Like I'm seeing positive stuff online, but you never know.
Right.
And the real key is like, and I'm just being very real. All the kids, and I say kids, they're my friends that I helped or worked with when they were younger, are all doing really big things. And you wonder, am I irrelevant? Like, do I still matter? Like, does it, like, I know my friends think I'm funny, but like to the landscape at large, they're like, he had his time.
Yeah.
We're ready for the next generation. I mean, Schultz's special is fucking amazing. Gillis's Beautiful Dogs might be one of my favorite specials I've ever seen. And Gillis is doing record numbers in any city he goes to. He sets record attendance for the arena. For the arena.
Not comedy, for the
Not
building.
For the building. and I definitely remember setting record attendances. Those are gone now. I remember.
Yeah, now you're only doing 15,000.
Getting plaques. Congratulations, record attendance.
Bro.
Gone.
Now someone's sweeping up a good show.
Yeah.
It's like,
But again, you're doing what?
you're
15,000 people,
LeBron,
10,000
bro.
people.
Okay, LeBron's putting up like 25, 6, and 6. It's not 27, 7, and 7 anymore. You're still fucking right there, bro.
I don't need to be the best. I don't need to be the GOAT. I don't need everyone to say you're my favorite. All I want was like people to watch my special and go, it's good.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, if it just trends in the top 10, I'm happy. I don't need it to be the highest I ever had one trend. I think was like 6 maybe. And I was like, oh, I'm good with that. Maybe 4. I was like, that's all I need. And so I give it 24 hours. I wake up, I do morning radio, and get good response from the guys. But I'm like, I'm not going to look at Netflix. So if it's not trending, it'll fuck my day up.
Right.
And so I'm not going to, it's like, I don't need that. Push content, don't pull it. Yeah. So I get in bed, I take a nap after radio, and I get a text from a kid I really like. His name's Ricky Velez. He's so funny. I just saw whatever he did on YouTube. I saw a bunch of clips, maybe on his Instagram, and I when I saw it, and it was probably like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, maybe later than that, earlier, I was like, dude, he's doing what I was trying to do when I was his age, but way better than I was at that age.
You're talking about like
what is that?
We're
when
talking
he's on
about
the
his
street?
family, talking about his family, and
Or
talking
his
about
stand-up or like the
stand up,
street?
his stand up,
Got it.
And I'm like, dude, he's doing what I was trying to do at that age, but he's doing it way better. And I was like in my feelings, like in your head. I texted him like, dude, you're hilarious. I didn't dislike him, but I was like, God damn it, man, I was trying to do that and I couldn't do that. He's so much better than I am at that age. And he texts me and he's like, dude, I've been fucking with you for a minute. Your special's awesome. Dude, you're fucking keep killing it. You push this pace or whatever it is.
Yeah,
really.
bro, you're like
And
the pioneer of this shit. One of the trailblazers.
I started crying. I was like, I matter? It's like the idea that like I get to still play in the game.
Yeah.
I get to still suit up. And then
Bro, wait, no, I'm gonna stop you. You're talking like you're some like 12th man off the bench getting like garbage time. You're at number 2 special on Netflix, bro.
I know,
You're still in the top of the game.
That's the end of the story. Is I then check my messages, and every fucking message is from everyone I work with. Everyone, they're like, number two.
And you know what? It would have been number 1 if it wasn't for that little fucker on Adolescence. I saw Leanne post it, and I wrote the comment. I said, number 2 is amazing. You're probably not going to knock that little fucker off. Everyone's sucking Adolescence's dick.
Dude.
Bad timing. You would have been number 1.
No. You want a banger.
Yeah, that's
ahead
true.
of you. That's
true.
The rule, the way Netflix works. Fuck trending. Ignore it. If there's nothing, it's scary. If you're number 1, that might mean that there's nothing competing against you, which definitely means strangers aren't coming to the platform and finding you.
Right.
If you are,
what do you want? You want whiskey?
I want anything.
I got a bottle of Porosos that's at my house. The best part of college basketball is here, and as we know, you're excited, and we want to watch some big upsets throughout the tournament. I think it's been pretty much a slow tournament as that goes, but usually if the first rounds are crappy, the later rounds are good. So whether you're streaming in the cave or you want to get out and see the live action in person, Gametime is the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports and of KFC Radio. They make getting tickets easy and faster on their app, where prices will go actually down as you get closer to showtime. So as we get closer to these games and these events, you can get tickets for better prices. Plus, the Gametime Picks feature makes it even easier to go find great deals on the seats you want. You can find last-minute tickets for the tournament, up to 60% off quickly and easily. Just pull up your chosen event, turn on the GT Picks little toggle at the top, and it will filter out all of the kind of outlier deals and give you the deals you want for the events you want based on your Gametime app homepage. Not only just sports, they have music, they have comedy, they've got all sorts of live entertainment.
I don't have to pull up the app. I know what I'm going to this weekend. We're doing Segura. Segura's at MSG. Who's opening?
Champ.
Kirk Fox. Yeah.
No, let's go. That's right.
He told us that. I don't know. I hope so.
Yeah,
but he had said that we were out there.
We got to reach out and get him in here. He's probably in this week. Yeah. We got to get Kirk in here. Whether you're going to see Tom, whether you're going to see Kirk, whether you see your favorite band, whatever it may be, all the best curated deals, all the different tiers of tickets, all on the Gametime app. Take a look out for the super deal icon. That's when you get the top option. So what are you waiting for? Go get tickets to all these events now at Gametime Picks. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime. Download the app. Use promo code KFC for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Create an account. Redeem code KFC for $20 off. Download the Gametime app today. What time is it?
Gametime. Who?
So I'll tell you this. So the highest I ever trended, I think, was like 4. Maybe, I think 4. I'm going to say 4.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you, that was my biggest special. That by far my biggest special. And I don't know if I'll ever get as big as that one special. Do you know what dropped the same week my special dropped? A show called Tiger King.
No! I remember that. Yeah. You were
that was great. It didn't hurt that everyone in the country was asked to stay in their house 3 days before. But I was
Bert was dancing about the pandemic.
Dude, I was like I think I was number 6 or number 4. And I remember going, I was like, the feedback's crazy. Like, I mean, I go to my Instagram and I was like, so many people were watching. I was like, what the fuck? And then I watched one guy trend at number 1, but then like just disappeared. And I get the numbers. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but I get numbers. Yeah. And I was like, his special didn't do as good as mine did. And it's because of what is showing up on the platform. So when I saw Adolescence as number 1 and me as number 2, I was like, nice.
Dude, people are saying that it's like the best piece of television in the last like 20 years. So if you're right behind that.
Everyone said that. Cheers, guys. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Of course. Yeah, it's those algorithms are crazy. You know, I've said this before, but like that Netflix changed the way I do a special because I always put closers at 22 minutes.
I read that in you in LA. Was it LA Times interview? Yeah.
Was I talking to you about this in Austin?
I'm sure.
I'm sure.
I did when I did Seer Time. They said I was with a couple people in the green room. I won't say their names just out of respect for them. But one of the guys is a really really big comic, and he goes, "Yeah, man." He's like, they only watched 30 minutes. And I was like, what? And he goes, they only watched 30 minutes. He goes, I can still do my closer from my special. No one saw it. Everyone turns it off at 30 minutes. Yeah. And he's like, you should do a 30-minute special with them. And I was like, well, the art forum's an hour. And then this other person said, No, they watched the whole thing. You might be able to tell who that person is by that. And then I watched that person's special, and I barely got through 14 minutes. And I was like, oh, wow. And then I was like, why didn't I want to? And then I went to that person's closer, and it was a really good closer. I went, why didn't they put that earlier? And so I said, all right, I'm going to do this. I took Secret Time. It was a ziplining story about taking my family ziplining. And when in doubt, spread them out. And I took it, and I took everything in the back that was like really building to it, and I just kind of front loaded it, and then put that at like 24 or 22 minutes. So I go, okay, so if they're only watching 30 minutes, they're watching a gangster ass 30 minutes. And then I was like, and then I'll slow down the rest of it. Shaq. He calls us up. So and when I got the numbers back from Netflix, they brought me in and they sat me down and they go, your rate of retention was the highest we've ever had on the platform.
That's the name of the game these days.
And they're like, can you tell us what you did? And I was like, yeah, man, I put my closer at 22. And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah.
That to me, it was Nimesh.
It was with Nimesh, yeah.
Nimesh Patel on the other day, and we were talking about that. And like, that's not like the art form. You're not totally radicalizing, changing it, but it's just like a little tweak. That's like this is what the audience is doing.
It forces you to write 2 closers.
Yeah,
right.
And then you have 2 closers to choose from. So for this one, I want to say Oven Mitts is at 24. I want to say either Oven Mitts or I want to say it's Oven Mitts, maybe Traffic Cones, but one of them, and then the closer, the other closer was the dog closer, which I couldn't have put anywhere but there.
And that's also like a different type of closer. You know, one's like this funny, like a joke, a story, and this is like a heartfelt thing. So
yeah, and then.
But bro, that's what you've been.
That takes like a lot of innovation, like to think to like. I mean, look, we're gonna over exaggerate here a little bit, but like you are completely flipping the art form on its head and reinventing it. That takes a lot of like foresight, innovation. That's fucking. You've
always been doing that.
I remember like seeing that clip. I saw the clip on Instagram, and then I think the next day you tweeted the LA Times link. So I read the interview, and I was like, God damn! Like Bert doesn't get enough credit as like. That takes a lot of fucking thought.
You were like doing the 360 deal with the arenas and all that shit. Like you have always kind of led the pack in terms of the technical stuff and the business stuff and all that shit. You know,
you get a lot of shit for it though. Like you get a lot of shit for it.
I'm sure you do.
For
ambition, any ambition's not looked nicely upon in stand up. Like ambitious comics are like they're like needy or like there's like a phrase or something, but they're like I don't know, and so sometimes ambition people like kind of roll their eyes at, and like I think my ambition I think there's people. I mean I'm lucky enough to be friends with Shane, so he tells me what people say about me. You get Shane drunk enough, and like we were in Vegas. He's like, we did me, him, Bobby, and Tommy did the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Bobby goes first, Shane goes, then Tom, then I closed it. No one wants to close that show, but because I take my shirt off, it's kind of I think I might have flipped a coin, to be dead honest with you.
Yeah.
And so I go up last. I get off stage and Shane's kind of sitting back like in like a. And I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "Dude, I mean, I'm just saying, fuck what anyone says. You're a brilliant comedian." And I was like, well,
what do you mean?
You could have just said you're a brilliant comedian, Shane. You could have just said that. But I know that like some people think because I take my shirt off, it's a cheat code. Yeah. I think, and by the way, I got to be honest. I do it. I'm not regret it. But like I've seen comics that take their shirts off, and I see them. I go, what the fuck's this idiot doing?
What kind of a fucking loser would do that?
What fucking loser is this? Fucking needy bitch. Can't you just do stand-up? What the fuck's wrong with you? Dude, I'd do it barefoot if I could.
You can. Do whatever the fuck you
Florida
want.
boy.
I think on my next special is going to be leather pants, no shirt, no shoes.
There you go. I might eventually take your pants off too.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's been one of my downfalls is that, what happens is I sign a different type of deal and it gets people upset in the industry and like agents and managers and comics.
Sure.
Comics.
Why didn't I get that?
Good friends of mine were like, what the fuck are you doing? This is stupid. Yeah. I mean, you can guess who it is. And so it wasn't Tom, and it wasn't Joe. And so like they just get upset, and then when I signed that deal, I had people shitting on me for signing that deal, and then and now everyone has it.
Yeah,
everyone has it.
You're leading
and
the way,
by the way,
what's that deal? I don't know what that is.
Candidly, I get. I have a promoter's deal. I'm a promoter of my own show.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not asking for money.
No.
But it's like the parking, the concessions,
get everything.
like anything that goes on in the building.
So normally, if they bring in an act, they hire the act. They just hire the act, and then that act's paid, and then that's done. And so I am a co-promoter with my promoter on my own shows. It's how I can afford to do Fully Loaded. I don't take a check for Fully Loaded. I get a piece of the insides.
I see.
It's a Kid Rock deal, really.
Yeah.
Kid Rock was the first one to get it, and now everyone's got one.
So it's like the Mayweather.
But you were the
you
first
know,
comedian to do it.
I was the first comedian.
Yeah.
Dude, you're
mean,
always fucking.
Yeah, but I got shit on
Major.
by a lot of people. Like I got shit on by a lot of people like sent me nasty fucking messages, and I'm someone who doesn't like conflict, and I want everyone to like me, and I know that's not possible. But when you get people that just straight up dislike you because you're deciding to do a business deal, and it's like
Yeah, but that's just hate and jealousy. That's you know what I mean. That's all that
And
is.
it also is, as I understand it, it's progress, right? Like you're making more money. Progress is always going to be fucking. Someone's going to be like, "Don't change the status quo." Like,
Right. People don't like change no matter what it is.
they don't. I mean, even starting the vodka, like there are people that just like, what the fuck are you doing that for? And you're like, I don't know, man. I like doing fun shit.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, it's like, do you know who I
shit.
am? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like if someone else who it doesn't fit their personality at all is like, sure, slap my name on this vodka, and it's like, yeah, you're just shilling for money, but it's like, Bert Kreischer was born to sell vodka.
Hey, listen. For number one, I live in yes and love. Like I love to love shit. I love to fall in love with shit. Falling in love is the coolest thing in the world. When you fall in love, there is no better goddamn feeling in the world than when you realize this is my person. I want them forever. How do I make this happen? God damn it. Falling in love rocks. Dude, discovering a band. How great is it? Even better yet, how great is it when you put on Steely Dan and you forget how much you loved a band?
Yeah. What's your boy's name? AC Law? RC Drive. RC Drive.
For real?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, they're already on their way, but like they could still, you can still find them. They're the next one.
I'll tell you.
Give them a listen.
I don't operate in like the negative space of like I want to say, and I'm never say never, but like I've never left a negative comment.
Yeah.
No, because
I mean,
there's only two types of people in this world: the people who do that and the people who don't do that. Like, there's never like you're never gonna wake up one day and be like, I'm gonna do it just today, once. You're either like a negative person who tears people down and does that shit, or you don't.
Listen, I'm the kind of person. This is a perfect example. What's the name of that band, Krongabang, that you like? Krongbin. Do you ever listen to Krongbin?
No.
Okay. It takes some getting into. But I'm the kind of person that when I didn't get it and I didn't like it, I said I might be wrong.
Or it's not for me, right? Like
No. Everyone likes Krongbin.
Okay.
But Krongbin's very weird. Krongbin is a guy and a girl, and I don't know how you can explain it. That's it. And I don't know which is a guy and which is a girl. But like I'm the kind of person, like, as opposed to what you see on the internet is like, oh fuck this guy, he sucks, he's a piece of shit, unfollow. I can't imagine. I really sincerely can't imagine being that powerless in life that you would allow something you don't like to
affect you that much.
We were just talking about this morning. We're like, I don't know why. Obviously I've noticed it forever, but very recently, everyone was celebrating NBA ratings being down. People were like, ha, and I was like, what do you care? If you don't like basketball, you don't watch. Who cares? If you like basketball, you watch. Who gives a shit who else is watching?
Right.
And then we were talking about it because this weekend was Snow White. People were like, it bombed. I'm like, you weren't gonna go see the fucking movie, so who gives a goddamn shit? What does it matter how it did? Like, just enjoy the things you enjoy,
dude, and
then leave the things alone that you don't. It's fucking so easy.
People trash WNBA. You're like, okay, just don't watch it. Like, I mean, there are some people that like it. Not a lot, but some people do. It's for some dad and his daughter who really fucking love the Sparkles or whatever they're called. Like, I don't watch it, but I'm not gonna go trashing it. And it's like, so when I got Krongman, I was like, all right. That's the way my brain works. I go, so there's something here that people are liking. I should try to investigate to see if I can also like it.
Yeah.
There's my favorite band, Goose. I was told I was doing Red Rocks. By the way, I'm doing Red Rocks again in October.
Hell yeah.
So we'll see there. But every time I do Red Rocks, and it's not happening this time, but I got to kind of pick where I wanted to be. One year it was Wilco. I got to go right the day before Wilco.
That's your jam, right? You
Jimmy
love Wilco.
Buffett.
Yeah.
I got to go right before Jimmy Buffett. Became friends with Jimmy Buffett. Like Jimmy Buffett was a man to me. Next year, I go, hey, who can I pick? I'd like to go after Widespread Panic, before Widespread Panic. And they go, yeah, we're not doing Panic, but we got this band Goose. This is a guy who owns Red Rocks. And I was like, who's Goose? He goes, well, you got a year to get into them. You got a year to make them your favorite band so that you can enjoy next year. And I love that challenge.
Yeah.
And so I said, all right, we're getting into Goose. And I tried.
And
I was like, okay. I was like, it's weird music. It's jam bandy, but it's not jam. It's jam band adjacent. And I was like, okay. And I'd play them. And a lot of times it just takes one song to get you to understand the band. The day you remember this day, Pete. The day my movie came out, I hit my radio. I woke up. We had just done the red carpet. I was at the hotel, and I had a glass of champagne first thing in the morning, and I hit Goose. So Ready.
Changed everything.
I'm the biggest Goose fan in the world. One song explained their catalog to me, and then I got them, and then all of a sudden, now I'm obsessed with them, and I follow them everywhere. Dude, I can't imagine if I was, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to the guy typing a negative comment right now. I don't. But if I was you, as you're typing, I can't imagine your life where you wouldn't just give things a chance and maybe you find something you fucking love. If I was the guy that was like, fuck this band, they suck. I'm next. I would not have the favorite thing in my life. I have a video of them playing So Ready. It was Slow Ready. It's a slow version, acoustic, in my kitchen with my daughters and my wife. I gave myself that opportunity by opening my mind and allowing myself to love this band. Tommy Chong told me when we were high, you choose your reality. No one else does. You pick your reality. If you want to live in negative space, you can. Or you can choose to live in positive space. And he told me that. The next day, I got up, Leanne and I were fighting. I had a fight that night. We were angry the next morning. And I went to go get her coffee, and I heard Tommy Chong's words. And I was in my car, and I looked at my house, and I said, I have a beautiful house, and I only have this beautiful house because of that woman. I would have never bought this house. I would have never bought our first house. I just am not that guy. I don't think that way. I would never have these beautiful kids. I wouldn't have all the shit in my life without this woman. My career, she edits my whole specials. She runs my whole summer festival. She's executive produced the fucking cabin with us. I mean, that woman, and I said, I get to choose my reality. Wait. And I was like, does this work? Can I choose not to be mad at her? And I went, absolutely. All I got to do is look at all the good shit she's given me. And I went, you know what? I'm not mad at her. I chose my reality. That's crazy. And that was Tommy Chong High telling me that. And I fucking got his coffee and I came back and I go, baby, I am so sorry. I love you to death. And if I was being a dick last night, that's on me. And she was so confused. She doesn't fight right. She wants to punch. But like, that's the crazy thing is like, I love the positives. I love Doechii. I fucking fell in love with her. Why wouldn't you love?
That's a good example too. Like everybody, like there's this movement of like she's an industry plant and she doesn't deserve to be on stage with Lauryn Hill, and she
Doechii's the baddest motherfucker out there.
Dude,
fucking let the girl live.
Industry plant is such a weird term because it's just like, why do you want to admit you don't know ball anymore? You know what I mean? Like,
it's just like you don't know.
Like Dave's been around, dude.
She's been out since 2019 or whatever, like grinding, and now she blew
the
up.
Chapel Roan was the same way. It's like, well, this song that everyone loves now came out 6 years ago or 4 years ago or whatever it was. Like Pink Pony Club was out before.
You're just
like
old and wild and lame. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I think Doechii's bringing dark-skinned chicks back. I'm telling you, I know this is creepy, and Doechii, I hope you never hear this.
She probably won't.
No, I hope it doesn't come across your desk. You are sexy as fuck. You are. I am telling you right now, I got a handful of crushes out there. One's dead, Shannon Doherty. I would.
R.I.P.
I got one that I'm gonna tell you off air.
Just say it. We'll bleep it. We'll bleep it. Oh, yeah. Why do we have to bleep that one?
Bleep this too.
Okay.
She's sliding in my DM.
Oh! What does Leanne think of that?
Not comfortable.
I would not be either, bro. That's like hall pass territory for our generation.
I said to Leanne, I go, please give me one hall pass.
Yo, here I will say this: that woman is hall pass material to the max, dream material to the max. Do you know what is a real dream. Leanne Kreischer.
Oh yeah.
No, but I know what you mean. I'm not gonna be that guy, but like watching her operate. I don't even know about your relationship, but I'm saying the way she's a gangster, dude.
Yeah,
and the shit that you like, just the whole empire you put together, like that's the fucking dream. But also, you should fuck.
Believe that one too. Leanne, she did a screening of the special at our house. Brover invited our friends and my sisters, and we watched it. And I watched the whole thing. And I was like, this. Mostly that whole set was inspired from Chappelle, because Chappelle and I had a night where we partied and we talked, and he explained how he does a special. And I don't normally do them that way, but on the sixth show is the one where the thing landed on the mic.
Yeah.
And I kind of took a little hint from Chappelle, and I went off book and did things I hadn't done. I wasn't going to tell the Snoop story. That went in. That got slid in because I was fucking around. And I said to Leanne, I go, God damn it. Like, I forgot I'm a good stand-up. I go, but that dog story, I told it perfect. And she goes, easy. I said, what?
There's room for improvement, big
I had
fella.
to piecemeal that together. She goes, trust me.
I told him that.
She goes, there was a lot of you sobbing like a bitch on there. Like, we killed her.
Now, wait. Let's back up though. So what's she saying in the DMs?
Enough that it got flagged.
No way.
Yeah, it got flagged.
Wait, what does that mean?
So I don't read my DMs.
Okay. So someone else saw it and was like, hey, you gotta check this out. Pete.
No, actually.
So it's not just like, hey, I'm a fan. It's like, it's provocative.
It's a little more.
Look at you, dude.
You know what it is?
One was the picture.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Bro.
Dude, it's...
You know what I'll say, though?
I'm sweating right now. I need another drink.
I'm sweating, bro.
Dude. And by the way, it wasn't just like it was my whole office is all women. I have like 15 women that work for me. And once it got flagged, they were like, yo.
Here's the thing. Fucking that woman would be awesome. Getting the messages is almost better.
It's better. It's way better.
It's like you coming on to me.
It's way
I've
better.
had sex before. I know what it's going to feel like. It would be pretty cool to look at that while it's happening. But the fact that you're doing that to me.
I understand dudes that like, I understand it because like I say that I don't read DMs, and I have read DMs. I saw hers had been read. I was like, oh, what did she say? And then I went, oh wow.
Oh wow.
I like yours too. and then shit. The one time during the pandemic, I'd never DM'd anybody. Like I never DM. I mean, like friends or something.
Yeah.
Like I'd never DM'd just with a stranger.
Yeah. Right.
During the pandemic, there was a girl who DM'd me. I think she was from Philly, and she DM'd me, and it was like a heartfelt DM about going through mental health problems, about being in the pandemic, and I just wanted to know that I read it, and I was like, hey, I hear you. We're all going through it. My girls are going through it too. Hey, things get better. Everything gets better. I promise. And then she fucking took that off on a and like the next picture she was in thigh-high socks with panties on, and she was like, I didn't know you were gonna read these. I'm fucking in love with you. Now I had never had that happen. And I always hear stories of buddies getting caught in the DMs, and I was like, how does that even happen? Dude, it's like emotional cheating. Like, it's dude, can I tell you a crazy story? I don't know how the right way to tell this, but like, I was working with someone one time, and they said, they were talking about people having affairs on set. And I was like, that's crazy. I can't imagine. I go, don't shit where you eat. And they're like, yeah. And then they're like, then there's an emotional affair. I said, what's an emotional affair? And she's very pretty. And she goes, you don't know what an emotional affair is? I know. And it's like when you establish a relationship with someone. She goes, here, let's do an emotional affair. I'll just show you what it is. Like, hey, what if me and you were to go on a vacation somewhere? Where would you want to go? And random as fuck, we both said the Canary Islands at the same time. Random as fuck. And then we started texting about this vacation, like going like, hey, we should go to, when we go to the Canary Islands. I remember that that day I said, well, we go with other people? And she goes, no. We would go there on and not tell anyone, just say we're going on a trip by ourselves. And you'd wait for me at the bar. You're going to be in flip-flops, khakis, and an opened Hawaiian shirt. And I'm going to come out no bra with a thong on in a sundress. And I'm going to sit next to you, and we're going to pretend we don't know each other. And I was like, okay. I got so into this emotional affair that all of a sudden I'm Googling things to do in the Canary Islands. I had to be like, yo, I can't talk to you ever again. I'm like, this is fucking crazy.
For some reason, her telling you what you're gonna wear, I was like, whoo, baby, you are
flip flops.
Yeah, dude, I'm not one of the guys. I know a lot of guys get told what to wear, and I don't ever get told what to wear. I'm like, am I getting treated tonight, dude?
Dude, it was crazy. I'll tell you who that woman was too. You got to edit it out.
Yeah. No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
By the way,
She's sexy.
She's sexy as hell. Was she tatted up?
Yeah.
Was she tattooed?
No.
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 Oh, okay. You know what I was thinking of? Recently promoted Lucky, my girl Christy Mack.
Oh my God. Did you see that video?
I saw the video,
Bro,
dude. Come on.
bro.
I like the tweet, dude. I never like tweets anymore.
Queen Christy.
Let me tell you something, people. If you are promoting a product, you send it to Christy Mack. You give her an unboxing. That woman is a god. Hey guys, it's Christy. I'm a little messy, but you can see my nipples. I must have watched that 100 times.
She's the best, dude.
You know, it's so funny because they do the box. It's like the business is like, we want to send one to Dave Portnoy, and I'm like, absolutely not. Dave Portnoy's not opening it.
Well, you know what's so funny is I spoke to Leanne like the next day on the phone, and she was like, "Thank you so much for the video you posted," and then
both of you guys posted yours.
But it was funny. Like she saw mine and talked about mine, and you were talking about Christy Mack.
Well, she was putting the boxes together, and she was like, you know, I think she met Dave or something. I like Dave, so I've always talked nicely about Dave around her. I think Dave's I think he's a little bit of a gangster.
Yeah.
And so she's like, well, send one to Dave. And I was like, no, he's not going to open it. It's like, they cost money. It's my money.
No,
So I'm
yeah.
No. And if Dave wants one, I'll send him one, but he doesn't want one. He's got enough stuff.
Right.
And if he, you know, and she goes, what about Big Cat? And I go, I don't think Big Cat will open it either. It's not. They're not like
she's not their
Instagram
jam.
guys.
Right.
If it's gambling, they're in. But it's like I go definitely KFC. Send both those boys, and then. She was like, what about Chris Rock? And I went, no. She's like, Kevin Hart? Because these are the guys that send stuff to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Both of them have sent stuff to me, and I do the unboxing. But and so I go, no, send one to Christy Mack. She was like, really? And I was like, yeah.
That's who you want, though.
I was like, send one to Lindsay Pellis. And she's like, really? Both of them? Gangster unboxing.
Yeah, my man knows.
Oh, my
He
God.
knows what he's doing.
She's like, send one to Shaq? I was like, no. Do not send one
You
to Shaq.
know how to do this, bro. Like you're even just watching you operate in Austin at South by Southwest. It's just like actually, it was very funny to watch you and Tom both at the house. Right? It was like you both show up, you do your podcast, you do your thing, and I watched Tom go to one of his people. He's like, all right, let's make our rounds. Like, tell me who I got to talk to. Good, done. He's like, I'm out of here. And you were like, I'm not leaving. First, like, I'm here for the next 18 hours. Like,
I stayed until they shut the house down.
You did.
I think I went to another bar after that.
We went to the mothership.
Oh, we went to the fucking mothership.
That was the funniest too, because Bert. I mean, I don't think I've ever outlasted the machine.
Really?
Like Bert was like, I gotta go home.
I'm good at an Irish guy by. I know when to call me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. You know, it's
we
like one
went
of
to
the
the
things.
mothership and we watched Shane go up. And then you were like, I'm out of here. And we all always have the same thought. If I was Shane, he was like, don't let Shane know I'm leaving because he's not going to let me leave. And he just dipped out before
He's
Shane
a
could get a
bully.
hold of you.
He's a
Big
bully,
time-
and I'm a bully.
Yeah.
Like my favorite text in the world to get is a no from Shane Gillis.
I'm going to go home or whatever. I'm not
text him, I
coming.
go,
No, you're not. Yeah.
You're going to be, hey, I'm going to, this is a really good one. So I texted him. I was in St. Patty's Day. I was doing Rogan, St. Patty's Day. And I texted Shane. I was like, yo, are you going out tonight? And he was like, no. And I went, okay, I'm going to let it be a no because I'm going to fly home. And he went, well, wait, what were you thinking? And then he's like, no, I got to rest. I got to go to London next week. I got to go to London next week. Talk about those fucking Philly mouth breathers all in London. I mean, talk about, those are the revolutionaries. Those are the guys, they went, that's exactly who they fought.
Yeah. 300 years ago, it was Shane O'Connor and Tommy Pope fighting fucking King George.
Drop the tea in the fucking river. Dude, no, that day was so
Oh,
great.
bro, I'm so mad he wasn't there. He would have loved it.
Oh, he would have loved it.
The tats, the cold plunge, the sauna. It was like meathead activity mixed with just like booze and food and chicks and partying. I mean, he definitely would have got a tat. He would have been in the sauna with us with the crazy guys trying to live forever. What a.
Who's this? Shane would have?
No, you.
Oh,
I was pointing
me.
at you.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, I don't think
it was-
Shane
Shane would have
getting
hated all
tattooed.
that. You would have loved that thing.
It was
It was
fun
like
as shit.
gourmet sushi, gourmet burgers from Philip Lee. The cold plunge in the sauna with the guy trying to live forever, who was
Brian
Johnson,
Johnson.
which was that was like a fever dream to me. I was like, I'm in a sauna with Bert and Brian, and then there was that guy that you kept calling a twink. That guy, who's that little guy? You're like,
Oh. That's Tommy's employee.
okay, yeah, you were talking about like him fucking guys and girls and all shit. But I was like, we're pressing him about trying to live forever, and then you got the a couple hours later you got the tattoo gun in your hand, tattooing like the most beautiful chick at the party.
Yeah.
That was insane. What do you think of the guy who wanted a tat?
I was like,
A little weird, right?
Yeah.
He laid on the table. He got it on his ankle, so he kind of did the Costanza, like he leaned, put his ankle out, and I was like, I mean, this is cool that you're down. And he tattooed Lucky, and he promoted the special, but I was like, I wouldn't have done this. And then,
Like in that pose, you wouldn't have?
I just don't think I would have been. I mean, I would have let Bert, yeah, but I don't think I'd be like tattoo my ankle. And like, I don't know. It was just a little bit weird. And then like the most beautiful girl I've seen in like a long time. Was
I really had a dad moment in there because I said I can't do this to you.
yeah, like you were thinking about you said like I'm thinking about her father being
And
like,
she
what
goes,
the fuck?
She goes, my dad has no ownership over my body. And I was
Yeah.
like, stop it.
Yeah.
I've had those exact words come out of my daughter's mouth. Yes, he does.
When-
He created that fucking body.
When she said that, I was like, oh, this dad's. The tattoo is the least of this dad's concern. She's doing other things with that body.
I did a good one.
You
on
did.
her.
You did.
Yeah.
It was pretty impressive.
Yeah. I've given out a bunch
Did you
of them.
pick the clover, by the way, or did she?
She picked the clover.
Because obviously it's not Lucky was the name and everything, but
Yeah.
the 4-leaf clover was in the box and everything. It was like, oh, this girl picked the right fucking thing.
It's so funny. I had a woman that I think people thought I was having an affair with. You know her.
Who?
Tasha.
Tosh. Oh yeah, from yesterday.
From Amsterdam. Yeah.
Oh, I can see why people would think
Yeah,
that.
because when she was my assistant
Yeah.
on the set of The Machine,
Yeah.
so we were with each other all the time.
All the time, yeah.
And,
She's a
and
beautiful
everyone
girl
in the
and-
comments were like, Bert's fucking her. Oh, God. But you know what? Tasha is the funniest fucking human. She one time asked me for $50,000 so she could plant 4-leaf clovers and grow 4-leaf clovers to then give to people. And I was like, okay, what's the investment? What's the return on investment? She goes, what do you mean?
I give them one to people.
She goes, yeah, I just give them to people. And I was like, Tasha, we want to make money off this. How many do you think you'll grow? And she goes, well, I don't even know if I can grow them. I was like, Tasha.
Well, I'm just going to try.
I mean, does it take $50,000 to grow? I mean,
She
what
wanted
do
to
you
grow
know?
a field. She wanted to rent a field and grow 4-leaf clovers.
The worst idea I've ever heard.
Dude, can I tell you that Tasha kid was fucking, first of all, she's gorgeous, but she is fucking hysterical. One day, for an art project, she recorded herself following the sun.
What does that even mean?
I have no idea. She got lost as fuck and didn't realize her GoPro battery died, so only
She didn't
has
film it?
the first hour of her walking. That kid is, she's here in
funny.
New York, I think.
Wasn't she was just like a local, wasn't she? Or no?
She was a
am I wrong?
local?
Yeah, she was just kind of
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
It wasn't like she was in acting or the business or anything, right?
No.
She was just like a local who like showed you around.
Yeah, she was a local who showed me around, and to be a Serbian, and I mean this with respect, but to be a Serbian and then to be a part of a, dare I say, like a wealthy American movie guy,
Yeah.
be a part of their lives, it's super intoxicating.
Yeah.
Like I would be like, I remember one time I'd be like, Tasha, let's do a party this weekend. And she'd be like, what do you mean? I go, let's do a party. Let's get a sommelier to come to the house, bring, let's do like, I'd say 15 cases of wine, and let's invite the crew and get a DJ. And she'd be like, that's
What?
gonna, she literally said to me one time, she goes, that's going to cost like $1,000. And I was like, well, here's $5,000. Figure it out.
Yeah.
She would be like, the day I left, she gave me a hug and she was crying. It wasn't because she was going to miss me. She was going to miss
that
my
wallet.
lifestyle. We'd have so much fun together. So I was like, I was making money on the movie, but everything was so cheap in Serbia that I'd live crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, I mean,
That's
living
the
like
dream
Euro
right there.
trip when they get wherever they can like
a dollar.
on a nickel. Like, we'll buy the hotel.
Yeah.
By the hotel. Yeah. She was a great chick. I don't know.
The party scene was a great one, and then I mean, it's just you're the ultimate. We've said it before. The ultimate hype man, the ultimate wingman, the ultimate like party connector. I don't know, if you didn't do comedy, I think somehow, some way, you still would have been a club promoter, a fucking DJ, something.
I honestly can tell you, I should have been like a boat salesman, like whatever luxury item
that you shouldn't buy and is stupid. But Bert will talk about the sparkle, and you'll have a cocktail at sundown on this boat with your wife, and you're like, yeah, I'll take two.
It's RVs. Side by sides, motorcycles,
Dumb
something
shit.
You should not buy.
I
would be a perfect salesman. At that.
Yeah.
You would be.
Oh my god, I could sell cold plunges to Eskimos.
How come you don't own a bar?
I was thinking.
Bert's is
I'm really thinking
gotta
about
have a
opening a bar in LA, but just get one of those boxes. Like a real small dive bar.
Yeah. Don't make it even
Yeah.
like a club loungy place. Like, make it a drinking bar.
I told you my one idea for a bar. It's called Rickshaws,
Oh yeah, I've heard this before.
and there'd be rickshaws in front. 5 rickshaws, and if you live within a half a mile, we'll take
get
you.
free rides,
we'll
right?
pick you up in a rickshaw and take you home in a rickshaw. But
I like that.
the whole concept of what I miss the most is like. And when I love England. I love London. I love the idea that every corner's got a pub, and in those smaller cities, especially in like Ireland, in the smaller cities, the whole community surrounds that pub. I love that. We were in Brighton, I think, and we went to like a local pub in Brighton, and it was such a great vibe. And you're seeing moms and sons sitting having a pint together in a corner. I would love to create that in LA. But it's just LA's not a big walking city.
Dude,
It's not the right city for it.
I've been to a lot of great bars in my life, but there was one weekend I went to Liverpool, and went to the game at Anfield, and then Liverpool's a working class town, like pretty small town, and the stadium is like the Packers, where it's like in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's just in the middle of homes, and near it is this pub. I don't know the name. It's the greatest pub I've ever been in my life. Like, it's a carpeted rug. There are signs all over the place that say no children after 9 p.m. But we were there as a day game, so we were there probably like 6 o'clock we got there. And all the kids were running around, and like the bartenders were messing with the kids, and they're chasing the kids around. And I was like, this feels like a fucking community center, like a public house. Like,
Yes.
this
what's
is what
it supposed to
bar
be.
is.
Yeah.
And then we stayed all night. So like at 9 p.m., the bartenders were all chasing the kids out. Like, get the hell out of here.
Dude,
and I was like, this is a fucking spot.
I would love. They have old school bars in the valley that are like boxes, honestly just a sliver of a wall painted a different color with a door.
Yeah.
Initially what I was going to do was offer my likeness to the bar and be like, yo, I'll be a brand ambassador for the bar. You can use my likeness and we'll say it's my bar. I was going to do that at first, and then I was like, I just want to buy a bar.
You know what? I want you to buy an unsuccessful bar. It's not possible but like, you know what I mean? I want it to be like a bar that fails, and you're like, I'm not even here for the money. I'm here for the vibes.
You know what I think you should do? So a dive bar opened up like right below my apartment fairly recently, but I popped in and I was like, this is a great bar. Like the bones of this bar are fucking great. It's low ceiling, walk down to get into it. It's like off the street. But what the negative of it is, it's a dive bar and it just opened. But so everything's new. So I think I think they should have run this for 2 years before they ever opened. Like, just
run it for a loss
have the
for a
friends
couple
come
years.
and like be like,
Got
fucking
smell.
hang that up on the wall over
gotta be
there. Right?
broken.
Like,
Can someone spit some blood over there?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, like, what, can I put up this picture? Like, yeah, fuck it. I don't know. Throw it on the wall over there. Like, because everything there right now feels very like Applebee's.
Yeah.
Like we
Curated
curated
and
our neighborhood
yeah.
corner, and
Right.
it's like here are the pennants and all this stuff. And I was like, if these things like get lit on fire a few times accidentally, like that's when it's a great bar.
I have so much shit I can put in a bar.
When it comes to college basketball and March Mania, one thing is for sure, nothing is for sure. Upsets, buzzer beaters, Cinderella's advancing, top seeds going home early. It's tough to write all these ads.
Should have
and
written
then
that
have
copy
none
this
of
morning.
happen. Sucks for DraftKings. None of this stuff happened.
Bet the favorite.
Yeah. Chalk. When it comes to March, everybody loves chalk. Everybody loves top seeds. It literally says top seeds going home early. For sure not. But as always, it is like one of the things about March is when 11, 12, and 13 seeds win, like the Final Four and Elite Eight stink. So now you're going to get to watch all the top teams go at it. And you can do so on the DraftKings Sportsbook with live betting, exclusive content, promos, and parlays. They are the ultimate college basketball destination for March. And if you're ready to make your first bet, check out the matchups and pick a team to win. It is that simple. And if it's your first time, new DraftKings customers get $5. You place a $5 bet, and you get $200 in bonus bets instantly. You can redeem that deal when you use promo code KFC. So bet the unexpected with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app, use promo code KFC, and new customers get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
I have so much so much of my posters.
Yeah.
I have so much shit I can put in a bar.
One of the best bars I ever went to was this place called Tin Lizzy on the Upper East Side.
I remember
Did you go to Tin Lizzy?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was... I actually, Feidelberg, when he first moved to New York, needed a few bucks, and I got him a guest bartending gig for the night.
Made $0 except for the money Kevin gave me.
And he had to go out and buy black pants and a black shirt. He lost money on the endeavor because I didn't realize that it was not a profitable or functioning bar. It was owned by, at the time, guys who were like 27, 28, and I thought of them as like old guys who blatantly were like, I own a bar to get my dick sucked in the office. And they would give away. I remember being, I was like, oh, you want to like maybe a Tin Lizzy? I get free drinks there. And the girls were like, so do we, asshole. Everyone gets free booze here. They don't charge anyone. It was the type of place you walk in, it was daytime, and there was already puke in the toilet. It's like, did you just not clean this up from last night? Like, why is there already puke here? And it was just a absolute shit show. I remember they wanted to advertise at Barstool, early Barstool. It was like 2009, maybe the first bar I ever worked with. And I remember the owner of the bar being like, "Yeah, if you do the party here, you can do whatever you want." And I was like, "Cool." He's like, "No, seriously, watch this." And he just starts pouring his beer on the ground. And I was like, okay, cool. And then he takes a bottle and he just smashes it on the ground. And then there was a big open window right out to 2nd Avenue. On the Upper Side, and he just took a picture and he threw it like a football out the window onto the street. And I was like, this is like an old saloon. There are literally no rules. You guys are not fucking kidding. We did the first event I think I ever did. It was a Irish truck bomb contest. It was
what's that?
It's a pitcher of Guinness.
Oh my god!
And pitcher of Guinness.
Pitcher to pint.
And you drop, and it's a pint of Jameson and the Baileys, and they dropped it into the pitcher and chugged it. They could chug that in the amount of time that like Pat McAfee chugs like a regular beer, like 5 seconds to do a whole fucking pitcher.
Jesus Christ!
It was one of the most obscene, absurd, and Barstool had just started, so the people who were there were like real Barstool fans. It was crazy, but I want a bar like that. I want you to have someone who like their job is to show up and puke in the toilet the first thing.
We had a really great bar. It still is a great bar. What happened is a couple pivotal people in the scene had to get sober, and the pandemic happened. But we had possibly one of the coolest bars in Hollywood. It's called Pat's. It's in the North Hollywood, and I won't say their names. But like some very big movie stars that were not sober at the time would hang out there, and low-key be fun as fuck. But the coolest aspect of it is all the black actors would hang out there. So like all these huge black actors were half of the bar. The other half is A-list celebrities who clearly have a problem. and then this swath of neighborhood dads and everyone seemed to mesh.
Yeah.
It was such a great hang. And then the pandemic happened, and now it's kind of died a little bit.
Dude, that reminds me of an article that I've talked about on this show a ton of times. I'm going to send it to you because I think you'd really like this article.
Oh, yeah, you probably know Bert might have been there. I'm not even kidding.
It was in the Hollywood Reporter, and it was about Hollywood before smartphones. And it was like smartphones or social media, whatever the title is, killed the Hollywood hang. And it was talking about some bar that I forget the name of the bar. But it was describing this bar because the like kind
Snake
of
Pit.
No, I wouldn't remember.
Snake Pit was the shit.
It might have been the woman who was like the catalyst for all these bars, was kind of the person they're talking to in this article. She managed or whatever 3 or 4 bars, and she was talking about this one, and she was like on a regular night, like the cast of that 70s show would be in one booth, the cast of Friends would be in another booth, Beyonce and the Destiny's Child would be on the dance floor, Jay-Z and Kanye would be standing on the bar rapping, Justin Timberlake was running the line out front, Jason Momoa and so were here, and Prince was in the back the whole time with the water just watching everything. And I was like, holy fucking shit.
Wait,
like,
I remember the bar that what's his name worked at. Jason Momoa worked at.
really?
Yeah, it was
he
it
was
was called,
like a bouncer
it was
or whatever
called
before.
Guys.
Guys?
Yeah, it was called Guys. It was a cool fucking bar.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it's that bar.
Really?
It was over on Melrose.
He's there's a picture of him in this article, so he's heavily featured.
There was some really great bars. I was talking to Jelly Roll about it, about like what great dive bars used to be. One of the best ones was on Beverly. It was attached to a hotel, and it was attached to a Greek restaurant. And it was like just a sliver of a bar, and man, you go in there, and it was people hiding to drink. I was telling him you'd go in there to watch dreams die. Like all people were doing were telling you their dreams, and their dreams were dying. My buddy Croy, who killed himself, my buddy Croy and I would go there all the time, and Croy would say, these dreams aren't leaving this bar. I mean, guys that have portfolios and go, let me show you my work, and you'd be like, that guy's not.
You should open a bar called Dreams.
Yeah. Dreams. I'll tell you, what do you think the best celebrity-owned bar by far has to be the Viper Room?
Who owns that?
That's
Johnny
Johnny
Depp.
Depp.
Yeah.
Oh, other than
Yeah.
River Phoenix passing away at it, but
Right.
I went there a couple times. That place was cool as
That's gotta
fuck.
be awesome.
Who was the?
Is that just did not exist anymore? Did he sell it? What was the demise of that?
I think someone else bought it.
Was it Joaquin Phoenix who bartended there? I think Joaquin. There's some
Probably, right.
mega celebrity now, some A-lister now, who maybe it was RDJ, Robert Downey Jr., who like credits Johnny Depp with saving his life, where he was like, I was out of control. He was like, you got to get out of Hollywood and stop, not get out of Hollywood. He's like, you got to stop living a Hollywood life. You're a bartender at my bar now. And I'm pretty sure
That's when I'm trying to get you to slow down, come be a bartender.
Yeah.
Bars. Dude, I remember there was a bartender at another Upper East Side bar I used to do a lot of parties at, and he, in his partying days, he used to fill up his pocket with Coke and put a straw in it and just hit it.
the old Frank Reynolds with the sausages.
I keep it in my pocket.
I told someone if you can let go of the. I don't know. I can't do this. I never was able to do this with Coke, and I barely can do it with booze, for real. But to let go of reality and just go, I'm going to wake up and do it, and I'm going to do it throughout the day, and we're going to have ourselves a day. I can't do that with Coke because the next day, I mean, if I have one line of Coke, I have the worst day the next day. Like, it's crazy.
Thank God, because
Thank
you
God,
would be,
yeah.
you'd be,
we were like on this episode, we were just talking about that, and I was like, I never got drinking. I'd be like, poof, I got a headache. You guys want to pop a beer? But like Coke, I was always like, get that the fuck away from me. Dude.
That was never the solution.
yeah.
That was the criminal. That's the one who did the fucking crime. God damn it. Now you guys make me want to buy a bar.
I can't believe it hasn't even. I thought you were going to say we've looked into it. Or
I just started looking into it, and there's a bunch of bars. They're not that expensive. In LA.
I mean, you will lose money on it, right? Actually, I don't know. You're so big in like.
If I only sell
drinking.
Porosos, I might break even.
I think of bars the same way Steve Cohen thinks of the Mets. I think of bars
philanthropic effort.
Philanthropic.
Like,
It's for the neighborhood. It's for the community.
And I think when you run it that way, it'd actually be successful.
Yeah.
If you open a bar trying to make a profit, you'd have John Taffer designing it the right way to make sure you maximize, and then it doesn't work. If you just said, beer it's $2 beers here or something crazy. It would be a smash.
Do you think Joe makes money on the mothership?
Are you asking me, or do you? I mean, I would imagine
know.
You don't know.
No.
I would.
I've never asked Joe about money ever.
I would
one
think
time I
Joe
said to
Rogan
him-
makes money at everything he does.
One time I said to him, I was like, what's like? I'm rich, and I know what that feels like. But what's like rich feel like? And it was really funny. He kind of like thought about it for a second. He goes, I don't worry about anything.
Yeah.
I went,
It's
really?
incredible.
And he goes, yeah, at all.
well, I
was
would.
like, that's got to be nice to know that like life is good. Life's gonna be good. Now I get to do whatever I want.
You're
for
on
the rest
that
of my
level,
life.
brother.
No, I still go like, I don't know. I still want to hustle and make money. I don't.
Sure, but you don't worry, do you?
I had two. No, I don't worry about money, but
Yeah.
I worry about. I don't worry about money, but I don't know about money. Like I don't know what things cost, and I don't, and I'm always waiting for someone to say no. So like I don't. Like this is really crazy, but when I bought this watch that I'm wearing right now, I knew I wanted it. I didn't know how much it cost, but I knew I wanted it, and I knew it was a really hard watch to get. And so when I got it, I don't even remember paying for it. But I knew that I knew. And this is how I registered it. We were at that event, that tennis event, and I told Leanne, "Listen, I may have a watch waiting for me when I get to Vegas, to celebrate the special. It's a gift for the special, but like, I don't know how much it costs, but only you can tell me if it's affordable."
Yeah.
And so Leanne went over to Christine and did casually kind of did some research, and then Leanne didn't say anything. She went, "You should go get it. You should stop by Christine when you're in Vegas." So I was in Vegas. I did not look at the price. Pete didn't look at the price. Neither of us did. I bought it, and then I called Leanne and I said, "Was it expensive?" And she goes, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And I went, "Okay, is it bad?" And she goes, "No, it's not too bad, but like, let's just say you won't be buying a watch for a while."
Got
and I was
it.
like, "Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool."
That's good to have that check, though,
Yeah.
right? Like,
but like I don't like but I also don't want for a ton of shit. Like I don't
Yeah.
care about cars. I don't care about houses. Like I like my house, but like if we move back to our old house, I'd be very cool with that.
you're an
Yeah.
experiential guy, not
Yeah.
a tangible guy.
And then by the way, I don't need fancy shit. Like I wear Lucky jeans. These are expensive shirts, James Purse, but I just like the fit of them. Like it's a tactile thing. For
well,
me.
also, we're still talking about a T-shirt. Even if it's an expensive T-shirt, we're not talking. You're not buying you can
buy-
afford all the T-shirts you want. Hats.
I don't buy hats. They give
send
it to
them.
me. So
Yeah.
I don't. And sneakers. Like these are expensive sneakers, but I wear them. So like
Right.
it's not like I'm collecting them. So yeah, I don't. Like Tom's. I'm not shitting on Tom, and I know this is like a very touchy subject on the internet, but Tom has like elegant taste.
Right.
He loves.
Yeah, I mean,
Porsches.
I remember at that the Porosos launch when he was like, "Let me introduce you to this Ferrari dealer," and I was like, "Don't even bother." He's like,
introduced
"Don't
you-
talk to me, bro."
He
Like,
introduced you to his Ferrari dealer and his jeweler. Yeah. The same, and I was like,
And I was like,
and I went
I'm
like
not this guy,
Tom,
and
they
you-
haven't gone public yet. Stop
I was like, "You don't want to waste your time on me, bro."
Yeah.
Because like that's not my shit.
We're like even like we were talking about like now that the girls are gone. Leanne's like, what if we downsized? And because we don't need the house, the house is too big, and no one uses the upstairs ever.
Yeah.
We only use we use 4 rooms in the whole fucking house, and so we were talking about downsizing, and then we were talking about moving to Tennessee. We're like, maybe we'll just move to Tennessee, because Leanne really likes Tennessee. Fucking Taylor Wan's done a number on that lady. Taylor and Will, she loves them like little brothers.
Yeah.
And she does the same with you guys, but like. She was like, maybe we'll move to Tennessee. Maybe we'll just get some land.
Let's get a bus. We'll just live in.
By the way, the only thing I care about is my tour bus. It's my
Yeah,
favorite
you
thing in
tricked
the
that
world.
out, right?
I love it.
Well, you're
I love
spending
it.
all your time on there too, so it's like,
I could get rid of all.
you know
my
what you should
houses.
do is go be like the king of Tampa. Go back home and just like own the city.
Start
Like,
buying
I
it
own
real
this
estate.
block. Yeah.
If I
Yeah, you can be
sold-
like an old college athlete. Be like, I got a car dealership.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got some pizza places.
I could open a bar.
Have like Bert Drive,
Tampa.
like you own a city, you own the streets.
Yeah,
Basically
it's
the
probably
mayor.
what Tuscaloosa looks like with Saban. Like,
Right.
go take Tampa.
I could.
Own Tampa.
By the way, I also have money in Tampa that I could leverage. Like I got friends with money in Tampa.
Yeah.
Where I go, yo, let's get in on this. That'd be fun as fuck. Get on a boat every single
Tampa Bay is
fucking
now
morning.
Tampa Bert. Like,
God damn it. That would be badass. Yeah, what am I doing in LA?
I respect that you stayed in LA.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if you're happy you did it or whatever, but like when everybody fled to Austin and wherever, and you were like, I'm going down with the ship, or I'm staying home, or however
Yeah.
you viewed it. Fuck yeah.
Well, I felt it. I mean, I felt a lot of things about it, but like Leanne and I definitely talked about moving to Austin, and we looked at houses, and both of us were like, I was like, am I moving here because Joe and Tom moved here? Or
Well,
am I,
so that's,
or am I moving here because I
you
want to
like
move
it,
here?
you want to live here, yeah.
And then I was like, and at one point I was like, no, I'm a grown man. I'll decide where I live.
Totally.
I'm not going somewhere because my buddies went there.
I mean, listen, different people at different stages of their careers. There are certainly people who like if Rogan and Tony give you the blessing, you go, right?
If you're a young comic
Go,
and you
sure.
can get in at the mothership, buddy,
do it.
don't even pack your bags. Start
Just
walking
start fresh.
tomorrow.
Yeah. But if you have your career set and like, you know, a family and all that shit, to just pick up and follow somebody, I think is kind of. I did you see Schultz talking on maybe All In Pod. I'm not sure what it was. He was like, let's just be real. This is a tax haven. Like, you're doing it for taxes.
Yeah.
And that's fine, but don't tell me that it's like this quirky, weird, hipster city that's so amazing. It's like, if it was here, you would go there. If it was here, you'd go there. It's just about the taxes.
It's about taxes.
You know.
I remember finding out what Tom was saving and being like, oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's how you got that car. I mean, but also I run my life different. Like instead of having like, if you go to Tom's podcast studio, it looks like an abortion clinic. Honestly, I think it might be next to an abortion clinic. And if you go to mine,
it is an abortion clinic. Yeah. Tom records and gives abortions.
Guys, it's in Texas. Yeah. It's not an abortion clinic.
Bad example.
It's a dentist's office. Yeah. But if you go to my place, it's in a house. My tour bus is parked out front. Yeah. Cars are fucking littering the parking lot, the driveway. Our dogs are in there.
Yeah.
We've got every podcast studio's in a bedroom. Yeah. We got a big office where there's 15 fucking women working. The kitchen is, someone's always cooking something in the kitchen, but that's the way I like to live my life. I like to be like, I like to have fun with it. Everything, I mean, everything should be fun, and if it's not fun, then you really shouldn't be doing it. When I did Last Comic Standing 2, I remember getting ready to go to stage, and I was so nervous. My ass cheeks were sweating, and they were running down the back of my legs. And I stopped. I was in a stairwell, and I went, this can't be it. Like, if this is what I chose for a living, this is
not it.
Yeah. I was like, this is not enjoyable.
Yeah.
This is not fun. And I was like, I don't want to do this if it's not fun. And I went out and I bombed. And I got booted off the show. And I just was like, I'm never doing another competition again. Yeah. I was like, that's stupid. I was like, I'm just going to do the road. And I did the road, and I loved the road. But even like specials can be stressful, you know?
Sure.
Where you're like, ugh. But then if you do 6 of them, it's not that stressful.
I think I mentioned this to you in Austin, but I think you should be like almost like a Barstool. Like if Bert or Bertie Boy Productions or whatever was like a content house, and you put on, because you already kind of do. You put on a lot of the younger comics. You put on a lot of your friends. You're always pumping up other people. And like do that for real, and like.
Yeah, but the problem
let me ask you this. Sorry to interrupt, because
please,
like
that's all I do.
I feel like there's almost like a finite amount of comics that people like. And I know that like Shane and Schultz were probably like a little bit after you guys. So you guys are different classes or generations.
Yeah,
but for the most part, you guys all are kind of the same in my mind.
Yeah, right? I think ultimately we are. But
is there somebody right now, I know there's a bunch of great comics, but is there somebody who's like backfilling you, Shane, Schultz? You know, I guess there wasn't enough years in between you guys, so maybe I'm answering my own question. But it almost feels like these guys, you know, the fans find the podcast that they like, they watch the specials they like, they can only spend a certain amount of money and go to a certain amount of shows, and there's not like a new crop of 10 comics coming up that are going to like reach the level you guys are at.
Well, I think the new crop is the Kill Tony kids.
Yeah.
I think
and he's
here's the thing, and I'm speaking a little out of school because it's not my beef to have, but there are comics that are road comics. So you got New York comics, you got LA comics, then you got comics that live in the center of the country that do the road, live in maybe Atlanta, Nashville, and they're road dogs. Like they do the one-nighters at the Funny Bones, and they do the triple runs or whatever. And then you've got the Kill Tony comics who are wildly, I mean, and by the way, there's 2 crops of Kill Tony comics, in my opinion. There's the monsters who are legit fucking incredible comedians, and I mean that, like David Lucas, Ari Manti, I'm saying this. Yeah. Ari Manti, Cam Patterson.
Cam and Ari were. Ari's like the Russian.
Yeah, Ari's
him
really
and Cam
talented.
at the mothership.
I'm not naming everyone, and I apologize. I just stopped
it.
at those 3 because I know they're doing a tour called The Killers of Kill Tony, and I looked at the lineup and I was like, okay, that's legit.
Yeah.
And then you got like some lower tier, like younger guys that have been doing Kill Tony for a year, or doing stand up for a year, and they do Kill Tony and they pop a little bit. But there's a division between these road guys who don't do Kill Tony because they're a little bit past, in their opinion, Kill Tony.
Right.
Like you can hear it. Like I'll work with some of them and you can hear the bitterness.
Because these kids who've been doing it for a year pop, and they're getting the spots, they're getting the selling tickets.
Now Cam Patterson is Cam and Ari both I mean, I know David Lucas very well. David Lucas is fucking hysterical. But Cam and Ari, I mean, it was going to happen for them whether it was Kill Tony or not.
Right.
They're really, and I think Cam might be a real special one because I don't think he's been doing stand-up all that long.
Yo, Cam is really, really
Bro,
funny.
his set at the mothership, I was in tears, man. He's
so
legit.
funny.
Yeah.
Did you see the joke he had about being at the Emmett Till
No.
memorial? There was an Emmett Till exhibit, and he was like, I was sitting at this Emmett Till exhibit, and I saw this fat white chick. So I figured I'd holler at her, right? Emmett would appreciate it. I fucked it up, Cam. I'm sorry. But I'll tell you what I love about Cam is his dad. He's really close with his dad. And his dad comes with him. When we took him on the road, his dad came out on the road with us.
Yeah.
And so you're like, he's a solid
But
kid.
so like, and those guys are, blowing up. But are they? Some of you guys are putting up fucking, 8-9 figures. Like, is there enough room for more of those, or do you think almost like a couple of you guys got to like fully retire before they spend that much money on tickets and watch all the specials and download the podcast,
I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you, Schultz and Shane are probably. I know I'm misspeaking, and Stavi is in that group. Chris DiStefano's in that group. Mm-hmm. I don't, and I'm only because I've had a drink and I can't remember everyone's name. I don't want to disrespect anyone.
Soder, I think.
And not Soder's in that group.
Yeah.
Jay's in that group. They're really, but Jay's more my age. But those guys, they just started, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They just started.
Yeah, like at their age right now is probably when you were doing like Travel Channel or some shit, right?
Oh,
like
bro, at their
you're breaking
age-
your back doing Bert the Conqueror or whatever.
I don't even think I got in Travel Channel. I
Yeah.
think I was Shane, 32?
I think he's my age, so he's probably 36.
Yeah,
36?
32.
36? I just had, at 36, I was headlining for $1,300 a week.
Yeah, right.
36.
It's like they're so ahead of the game.
Yeah. 37. He's so ahead of the game, man. And by the way, let's be real. He hasn't even started doing movies yet.
Yeah.
Shane is a
Great
very
actor.
talented comedian.
Yeah.
Dare I say, he is an even better actor.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which is scary.
I said it in an interview. I think he read it and texted me and thanked me. I don't know why he thanked me, but I just said, cool, whatever. I think he's going to be the best comedic actor of our generation. I absolutely think there's no one that can hold a candle to him. He is so naturally talented.
I don't think that's like a bold, even statement. I think that's like, yeah.
I mean, I think, and I love his stand-up. I'll tell you what's crazy. This is I had never seen his stand-up. All the times I'd worked with him, I was always backstage. Mm-hmm. So we did Red Rocks, we did the Super Bowl, when we did Fully Loaded, when we did whenever we did, I took him on the road with me. I never got to watch his act because I was always backstage. So I never saw the act outs, the Shaneisms,
Yeah.
Right. Behind the back. I never saw. So I saw Beautiful Dogs, and I knew the material. I was really I'll check it out. Give a shout out to my boys on Netflix. Hey guys, check out my buddies. Woo, streaming number 1 on Netflix. I was like, wow, that's nice, Shane. Good job. I was like, oh wait, there's a lot of big shit on Netflix this week. Jesus Christ, Shane. And then I watched it, and I'd never seen it. And I was on my treadmill crying, laughing, going, I've never seen this.
Yeah.
This is why he's Georgia's favorite comedian.
Right.
Georgia and Isla love Shane.
Yeah.
I mean, Shane was the first one to get Georgia to laugh at like inappropriate jokes.
Right, I remember you
She was
saying that.
woke. And she's not woke anymore. He broke her. But I think that generation just started. I'm gonna be real. I don't know if and I apologize if I'm saying this, Andrew. I don't know if Andrew Schultz has ever done a funny bone.
Right, like he just kind of skipped it almost, right? Like
If you told me, I would bet whatever my salary is in Vegas that he hasn't done the Omaha Funny Bone,
the Chuckle Huts or whatever,
which is like one of the greatest clubs in the country,
Yeah.
and where all of us spent all of our time. I mean, honestly, the Omaha Funny Bone is this wild like sparkstone of everything. The fucking greatest Funny Bones, the Dayton Funny Bone, great fucking club. I don't think Shane or Andrew has ever had to do morning radio. Like where they get up and they're like
6 a.m.
Give
come
us
to my
5
club
jokes
tonight.
about yourself.
Yeah.
And they dodged a lot of shit that we didn't do, but and I think that's I look back and I go, Yeah, I would have loved to have dodged that shit.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think,
which is also how they should be looking at you when we started the interview talking about like doing new stuff. You're like, yeah, I'm fucking saving your asses, dude. You guys don't have to do this fucking
But
shit
when people
anymore.
get mad about that, or like I had to do it, so they do too.
no.
It's like, no, bro.
No,
like,
no.
It's always how it goes. You made it easier for the next people. And if you,
Dude, you dodged. They are dodging. Do you know how many of those funny bones ruin marriages? Then Andrew Schultz is going to have a happy life because he just does arenas now. I mean, it's a beautiful gift to not have to do those funny bones.
Yeah.
Now, for me, it taught me how to do stand-up. I think I'm a
Right.
better comic because of those funny bones, because there was no phones. You could say wild shit. You could do whatever the fuck you wanted. And I learned how to write. Like, I never. It's the reason I did 2 hours the other night, having not done stand-up for 9 months. I was like, yeah, fuck it. Let's just get up there and write. And whoever I was with was like, do you always write in theaters this big? And I was like, yeah. I write in arenas. Like
It's fucking
but it's because
gangster,
I've been
though,
doing
dude.
it so long.
Yeah.
So fucking long. I mean,
it's easy for you.
yeah, so when Shane started doing stand-up, I mean, I was already like 12 years in.
How did, like, it's like someone like Shane, did you know, or like when his controversy happened, did you like, is that when you connect?
No. I knew
Or
Shane
like,
before.
So you just from the industry, just like, you know.
So I always say, like, you can tell someone's funny. You can tell someone's funny when they're just funny, and they're like, Shane wasn't even that great on stage yet, I don't think, but he was in the green
just a
room.
funny person.
He is just funny.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
funny, and he was in the green room. We were in Philly. We were doing a Call in Sick to Work show, and he's just like, hey, so I heard we're drinking today. It was like 10 in the morning. I go, yeah, let's do fireball shots. He was like, oh, okay. So he's telling me a story, and he mentions his girlfriend. Her name's like Big Tuna. And I said, what? And he goes, it's her nickname. And I went, no, I know that. And then he looks at me like in a only a Shane way, and he's like, she's a big girl. And I go, Shane, her nickname's Big Tuna. And I go, I fucking love this kid. I fucking love this kid. Like, he's a fuck. And then Shane will say the exact same thing about me, I promise you. He is the best hang.
Yeah.
Well, that's
top
you know,
five best hangs.
How many people do you think are out there who are a great hang and are really funny, who just either don't have the desire or the ability to like harness it and make a stand-up career out of it, but are like naturally probably the funniest fucking people out there,
Oh, I know 10 guys that
who are probably funnier than any comic,
funnier
right?
than any comic. Every
Like, you
dude
guys
I
are just the nerds who took the time to write it down and craft a artsy stand-up. They're just fucking funny.
My
You get a bunch
buddies-
of funny black guys in a room, they're gonna trounce all you guys. You know what I mean? Like,
Tom and I used to say, the average black guy is funnier than
all of
any
you.
white comic.
Yep.
The
Facts.
average black dude
Just
is
hanging out.
always funnier.
Yeah.
I think Kyle Kinane had a quote once that I love, where he said something to the effect of, "Every comic is not the funniest in his friend group."
Oh.
And remember that.
Without a doubt. When my friends watch me do stand-up, they're kind of like,
Yeah, right. Oh, and if they're not your real friends.
yeah, they're
you
like,
know?
so, you're saying that, huh? Yeah. My early stand-up, I was just stealing phrases from my friends. I remember,
That's my entire personality.
yeah, I remember one of the nicknames I'd call people like doing crowd work was PFT, prison fuck toy, and that's from my buddy Pete Whalen. I mean, all my fraternity was possibly the funniest individuals, the hardest I ever laughed. Now, I would say, the majority of them would say I was the funniest guy in my fraternity, but I was so much quicker then. I was so much quicker. The hardest I've ever made anyone laugh. 180 dudes in a room, and I hope I haven't told you this already. And we're doing Homecoming. Have I told you the story?
I don't think so.
We're doing Homecoming with Theta. And my buddy Eddie Fernandez is running the meeting. And the president at the time is this guy named Kurt. And you got 3 strikes in a chapter meeting before you got kicked out. And usually it's like, if you were disruptive, 3 strikes. So I'm on 2 strikes already, and we haven't even gotten to Homecoming. And
You know a strike's coming.
but if you could get them to laugh hard enough, you didn't get a strike. So Eddie brings up a joke or brings up something about Theta, and I make a subtle joke, big laugh. Kurt's like, yo, watch it. Eddie says another thing about Theta, Homecoming, and he goes, hey, that's it, okay? That's it. If I hear one more fucking joke about Theta, you're out. Got that? And it's quiet. And everyone's kind of looking at me, and I go, 2 Thetas walk into a bar. And the fucking place exploded, and I got booted out. I mean, I remember there was a guy named Jason Filomeno who was jacked, and he had tiny legs. And Damian Burdick was walking by the lounge, and he casually hears, I mean, it's like the perfect moment. Jason Filomeno standing in front of the doors at the lounge as Damon's walking by, and Jason goes, yeah, man, I work out every day, but I can't get my legs to get bigger. And Damien just goes, start putting the needle in your ass. I mean, just the funniest things. My friends in my fraternity were like, fucking wildly funny.
And like they're just not the people who are going to turn it into a career or whatever. But
my buddy Eddie
humor.
Fernandez is the funniest guy I know.
Yeah.
He is the funniest guy I know. He is without a doubt the funniest guy I know. And unbridled humor. He just dare I say it made him feel gross to repeat a sentence for a laugh. Like he just was like, so wait, you do that again?
Again and again and again.
He's like, you already know it's funny.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I know, but it's he was just so
I get
funny.
that, but then it's also like $100 million later. I bet you wished you repeated your jokes, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I just saw him in West Palm when I was doing whatever the thing down there, and you could see he was like looking at it like, so this is what you do, huh? Like, he was like, yeah. But yeah, I think
it's a weird thing with like even with podcasting. You'll be like, I've said this before, I've tweeted this before. Like you always want to give
disclaimers,
which sucks because like then it kind of takes some wind on the sails for the listener. But like I get that where it's like I don't want to say it again without acknowledging I know I've already said this.
There's something inherently phony about if you don't say that. It's like I'll do a video for Instagram, and now I'm trying to put them on. I'm trying to do like a long form of 1 Minute Man on YouTube, so it's more like a show. So I still have the same take, you know, and it's like if you're saying it in a way where you're acting like you haven't said it for the first time, you lie. You know, that feels like ugh to me. You know, but that's the part that it's like you are willing to do those awkward things and to work on it and workshop it, and that's why you get to be, you know, who you are, because you got to have both. You got to like be able to put it all together. You know.
Yeah, I love that 1 Minute Man.
Thank you, man. It's been,
Tiger Woods is dating fucking Trump.
Who saw that coming? That was
Who's he
crazy.
dating?
Vanessa Trump.
I saw the
Jr.'s
tweet. I didn't see.
that's
I didn't.
Donald
I was like,
Jr.'s
oh, it's a blonde person. I didn't know. That's a Trump.
His ex-wife.
Wait, that's Don Jr.'s ex-wife
that he has like 5 kids with is her.
No shit.
Yeah.
I did not. I
And
thought it was just some blonde girl.
Her daughter, their daughter, plays golf with Sam and Charlie Woods.
Really?
And they go to like the same school, and I guess it had been speculated and like rumors and shit. So he was like, I'm getting ahead of it. But it's kind of crazy to announce it and say, now respect our privacy. It's like, nobody fucking knew, dude. Nobody fucking knew. And then he said, love is in the air, which is just a funny like we've seen the text, Tiger. We know what you get down with. We know what you do. And now you're like, you're my soulmate. It's like you pee on Perkins waitresses.
He's
bro.
my guy.
He's the best. He's unbelievable.
My guy.
He's the also like the quintessential, like he's just so awesome. And at the time there was like, you know, this scandal, and then it's just like, nah, you're awesome, man. You're just a dude who like lived a normal life, had not normal, but like you were a regular guy.
Yeah.
And you're fucking awesome.
You know what? He gives you the hope for just any given Sunday. Any Sunday, he may come back and win the Masters one more time.
Yeah.
Just one more time.
Well, once he did that, I remember being like, it's over, bro. But then he did win that one, and it's like, okay, now you never.
It is crazy that it's just like I remember back in like the Pardon the Interruption days when they'd be debating. There's like, who are you taking this weekend, Tiger or the field? And it's like, you're just
Tiger or the field.
Tiger or the field is crazy.
That's
and
crazy.
It's still like, I think he tore his ACL or he had some issue, Achilles. And I remember seeing that tweet and going, he's still got another one in him.
Yeah, does.
There was, did you see? It was, I think Charlie, his son, was talking about. They were at the indoor golf stadium, and it was his birthday, whatever it was, or a younger golfer, whatever it was like when you were my age, like were you on tour yet or something like that? And he was like, what was that? Yeah, I had won like 3 Masters by the time I was your age. And he wasn't doing it in like a cocky way. He was just recounting. Like, yeah, no, I won like 2 or 3 majors.
Yeah, I know where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. You always wondered what like the craziest thing in this business is to watch people blow past you, right? To like I've watched people dislike me because of it, and then I've watched people celebrate me, and I didn't realize how important the celebration was. Like, and then you watch someone like
wait, you're saying when you blow by somebody,
when you
some people don't like it, but some people also celebrate the fact that you did so.
Some people are like you know, and I say blow past them. I just mean like do bigger things than they were doing at the time or they ever did. Like I can simply say that when Shane broke my drink sales in Arizona, which is like ticket sales are one thing.
You break my drinking self. Yeah. That hurts.
He texted me. He's like, guess who has
Gotcha,
the new
bitch.
record for the celebrity
You guys
theater.
have a good like Magic Bird thing going. I think
Yeah.
it's like a rivalry, but it's friendship.
I'm not
and-
even a rivalry. Like it's funny. It's like dude. That dude knows I root for him. That guy knows I root for him. The day he got SNL, the week he got SNL, we were together in Austin. He's like, "Hey, can I talk to you privately?" And I was like, "Yeah." And we went into a stairwell, went somewhere, and just pulled me to the side. It was like he's coming out of the closet, and he goes, "I'm hosting SNL." And he saw genuine love in my eyes for him coming back, and for him being on top.
Well,
and
the mere fact that he even thought to pull you aside to tell you that,
Yeah.
I told the story that when we were at the mothership, he was talking to James McCann, and he was like, "This is Kevin from Barstool. He does a show with Feidelberg, KFC Radio. They're really good to comics." And James was like, "Oh, cool." And he was like, No, like for real. Those guys put us on, a lot of us on, when nobody else did.
You guys
And
did. You guys did.
But I was like, wow, thank you for saying that, man. Like it's very much appreciated to hear that, and I think the people know who are the ones rooting for you and who are the ones who are
Well, you don't know. That's the crazy thing. Is like you don't like. There's times where you're like, I didn't know we were competing to like other people.
Yeah.
But then I remember like Billy Gardell pulling me aside and going like, "Hey man, congrats on all your success. This is really special. I hope you're enjoying it." And then I didn't like blow past him. He's a TV star, right? But I was having a moment, and he meant it. And you don't realize it until you start having people hate your guts. When you start doing better than them, they start hating you, and then you're like, oh shit. So the real joy I've had, honestly, is watching someone like Stabby just had his movie come out. Absolutely, I go to your fucking premiere. There's no way I don't go to your premiere. You're having a premiere in LA. You think I'm not going to show the fuck up? And to watch Stabby kill it in that movie. That movie's so fucking funny, and it is because of him.
Yeah.
That's the gift in this business. Do you think Joe Rogan's ever been jealous of anyone?
anything.
Do you think Joe Rogan gives a fuck? He is so happy that you are doing well. I've watched him celebrate every single one in his circle. To me, Tommy, Joey, Ari, he celebrates everyone and then celebrates you back to yourself. That's the energy that's pretty awesome.
I've always like compared, it's Barstool, but it applies to industries and stuff like that, where I've always been like, it's just like sports, dude. Like, we're on the same team. I want to kick the shit out of you in practice, but I want you to be fucking good when we get out there, because the better you are, the better this team looks, this industry looks, whatever. Like I want to be the MVP. When it's one-on-one, I want to win. Yeah. But when you win, I'm gonna fucking root for you. Like I'm happy for you.
But there's less people like us than there are.
Oh, there's way less people like us.
Like,
dude, there's so many people. I mean, look, and that's the truth, though. But you can't like hate them for it. It's just natural. It happens. Maybe they're, it's like you can't control what someone's dad did to them. And then that's the shit they're dealing with the rest of their fucking life.
Right.
It just rears its head. As soon as you started saying that, I started thinking, what if Rogan had started a Barstool when he started his podcast?
Dude, I mean, if he, I don't want owned, but like if all of you guys, all those comics that he put on were like under his umbrella, forget it. That's what I wanted to do here. I wanted to do that. It didn't end up working, but I was looking at guys like Soder and some of these guys who I think are like need to even hit the next level, and I was like, I mean, I had said,
I think Soder's gonna be the next one to pop.
Totally.
In my opinion,
Totally.
Dan Soder
he's the funniest natural funny guy out there.
I think he is.
I've been saying that forever. I remember saying, I was like, when I didn't have my Barstool money, I remember being like, oh, if I had money now, I would like invest in this guy. But by the time I have it, it won't be an option. And then, but I said to Stefano, I said Shane, I said Soder, and I was like, if all of these guys were Barstool guys, it would have been fucking who knows,
you could see it. You could see it. It's so funny. I was scrolling. I was just looking for pictures of when we put Priscilla down, and one of the pictures that showed up was because I guess back in the day on Instagram, if you shared a story, it would get saved to your camera roll. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a video of Schultz turn it sideways thing, and I was like, if you told me that day, right before, it was probably the day Priscilla died, and I shared it, or right before. If you told me I could invest in Schultz's career,
right,
I would have done it. Right. If you told me, now I'll tell you, the only one that snuck up, Shane's career snuck up on me. So I go, this is going to be, I know how funny he is, but this is going to be like a long haul. Like this is not, I didn't see it happening the way it happened. Yeah. Like I was like, I mean, we knew how funny he was. Like we personally knew how fucking relentlessly, dude, the hardest we've laughed in that tour bus is, we're watching Apocalypto, and it's me, Shane, I think Andrew, you, and my cameraman John Mans and Dave Williamson. And John Mans, my cameraman, goes, oh, turn off the subtitles. And we're like, what? And he goes, turn off subtitles. You're not supposed to watch it with subtitles. And Shane goes, you speak ancient Aztec, man? And he goes, Shane, you're a meathead. You don't know what you're talking about. This movie was made so you can understand it without subtitles. And Shane goes, no, you're a fucking idiot. Why would they have put subtitles on there if they didn't need them? And he goes, it's on, and they start fighting over subtitles. So through the whole movie, I don't know if Shane watched the movie. All he did was anytime there was a scene where it was important what they were saying, he goes, man,
what did they say?
How the fuck were we supposed to know that his name's Super Fox and this is his jungle? He's hunted since he's a child. Mans, he's standing there talking. And then Shane goes, that does it, Mans. That does it. I'm going on Joe Rogan tomorrow, and I'm calling you a pedophile. And Mans goes, you can't do that. That's slander. And he goes, you watch me do it. And Shane goes on Joe Rogan, and he goes, Joe's like, so how you been on the road with Bert? And he's like, yeah, it's been great, except for this one pedophile, John Mans. And Mans is like, and Mans saw it. He got so upset. He's like, he goes, we need to do a rebuttal video. I go, Mans, it's not real. You're not really a pedophile.
That actually makes me scared about
He
Mans.
goes, we need to make a statement. So Mans and I did a rebuttal video to Shane's video. I mean, Shane would torture John Mans, and it would make us laugh. The hardest we laughed was, I mean, I remember one time Dave Williamson saying he could pretty much be a Navy SEAL because he played water polo. And Shane quit the Army.
Yeah.
So Shane knows how hard it is, and he quit it. Yeah. And what he's hearing is, I'm tougher than you because I played water polo. And buddy, Shane called a Navy SEAL on FaceTime, said, just take a look at this fat fuck. You think, I mean, he would get on that bus, he made us laugh so hard. What was at the end of Apocalypto? They chase Running Fox or whatever his name is to the ocean. The two Aztecs, they finally got their guy. He drops to his knees. They're going to behead him. And a ship comes in. Now, anyone else who knows anything about history knows these are the Spanish colonizers. This is Cortez. And all of this society is about to be decimated by smallpox, including Montezuma, all the fucking things.
Yeah.
The ship comes in, and Dave Williamson goes, oh, pirates. And Shane Gillis almost jumped out of his fucking seat. He goes, you ruined a goddamn movie with your stupidity. Fucking pirates, Dave? It's not pirates. Oh my God. That guy was singularly the funnest guy on a bus.
Mm-hmm. If it's just the fellas like hanging out, there's nobody better, man.
Tim Dillon's best gossip.
I can see that.
Tim Dillon's the best gossip. He's not a great hang on a bus because he doesn't fit in the bunks. I mean, no, lengthwise. For real, lengthwise. He's a large dude.
Yeah.
And he just is uncomfortable in the bunks, so he get hotel rooms every night, and then sneak out in the morning and go get donuts. Like he'd get a dozen donuts first thing in the morning, and I think it was 2 dozen, and he was murdering a dozen, bringing us a dozen. But fucking Tim Dillon is the best gossip. Mark Norman is the funnest. He is the fun. Oh my God. Mark Norman, man. Oh, he is, because when he's not trying to be funny, he is so much funnier. Like he's always funny. He's always funny when he's doing like one-liners. And I took Mark Norman to Europe with me. This is when Mark was very young, and I don't know if he was selling it. I don't even know if he was headlining yet. And man, I put him at my speed, where like I party, and every morning he was coming out with dents all over him. And all I can say is, one morning, he knows the morning I'm talking about, he had me dry heaving, crying, laughing, telling me about his evening. And I have never laughed harder at a guy. Me and him together, we went to a strip club. There's 2 parts to this story that are so great. So we go to this first strip club. It's in like Sweden, I think. And we go in and we're like, hey, Mark's like, hey, two for us. And the guy's like, no. Mark goes, no. And he goes, no. And Mark goes, why not? And he goes, what are you guys here for? And Mark goes, we're strippers. He goes, no. our girls are looking for more of a commitment. And Mark goes, well, I don't know if I want a commitment. So he turns around and I go, what is it? And he goes, the girls want a commitment. And I go, like, what? We got to sit and watch Game of Thrones with them? And we started going back and forth, volleying.
Type of commitments.
Like what type of commitments we'd want. We couldn't stop laughing. Laughed all the way to the next strip club. We sit down in the strip club and Leanne texts. And he goes, hey, what are you going to do with that? And I said, I ain't answer it. It's my fucking wife. I text her. I said, hey, I'm with Mark in the strip club. Mark goes, whoa, you going to say that? And I was like, yeah. And then she wrote back, are you getting a lap dance? And I hadn't gotten one, and I wasn't getting one.
Yeah.
And so Mark goes, what do you say to that? And I wrote, I tell her the truth. I wrote no. And then the bubbles show up on my phone, and it pops, and Mark grabs it, and he goes, oh. I said, what? And he goes, she called you a Dude, Mark Norman on that trip was the fun. I mean, just partying his dick off. I remember he had a big bite of a velvet cupcake, and I was like, what is it? And he goes, I think it's marijuana. He's the fun.
Well, dude, speaking of trips, what's like Amsterdam 2.0? When are we running it back? New city, same city? What are we thinking?
I'm certain I'm going to announce a European leg of this tour. Permission to pull up my dates. I wonder what dates I have. Permission to Party World Tour. I got offered Abu Dhabi.
It was just the.
You got offered Abu Dhabi?
Yeah. Well, apparently the permission to party was denied. They're like.
It was a 2-year anniversary of Amsterdam that popped up like on my time
saw
hop
that.
or whatever, and I felt like altogether it felt like much less time, but also much more time as well.
5K, the 5K by May.
May 4th, right?
May 4th, Jelly Roll, dude. That's going to be massive.
Oh,
that's
I
going to
thought
be
it
massive.
was in Vegas.
You know what? I still don't know what I ran the first time.
For real?
Yeah. I'm sure there's a way to find it out, but I don't know what my...
Great Outdoors Comedy Festival, Halifax, Spokane, Calgary, Vancouver is all in August and September. Those are fun dates. But then the tour, the Permission to Party World Tour starts in Rockford, Illinois, September 18th. Milwaukee. Oh, wait, where's that place? Did they just change the name of that place? Am I doing a different place than normal in Milwaukee?
Yeah, that's probably like where the Bucks are now or some shit, right? Like
shit. Oh, I like the other place I was at. It was right next to Packer Stadium, Lambeau. Hey, you're going to stress me out. What's the capacity of this fucking place? I'm looking at it going, God damn it. I'll tell you what, I'm really happy to do arenas again. God fucking damn it. How big is this guy? 18,000? Hey guys, Shane Gillis is going to be there with me. By the way, I'll probably be doing lower bowl seating. Can't imagine we're going to get basketball capacity.
Shane Gillis is probably going to be there with
Shane Gillis is stopping in. I hope you guys enjoy it.
So this
St. Paul, Duluth, Eugene, Oregon, Morris. I'm at Red Rocks October 1st. That's a fucking show. I don't know who's coming with me to Red Rocks. Man, that's what the only thing that sucks about all my friends getting famous.
who you should put on?
Who? Is someone doing stand-up?
Yeah, dude. I've been doing stand-up.
Are you shitting me?
He is fucking funny.
Wait, hang on. Have you gone on the road with anyone yet?
I've gone on the road with Francis, and I did some shows in Austin at Cap City.
Francis, man, I think about Francis more than I should. I don't ever get in traffic without thinking about Francis.
Right? Yeah.
I don't ever park a car without thinking about Francis.
Yeah, he's
a really good actor, too.
I go to the grocery store. We were just talking about how, do you watch White Lotus?
No, seen it?
No, but there's a sociopath, like creepy, weird character, and he was like, I would be perfect for this role. And I was like, you would be. He's so good, man. He's talented.
Awesome.
Yeah, he put
and
John
his story
on
was that he did something like he wrote a vlog and got kicked out.
There was a story about a girl who had been kidnapped, and then her Instagram was active, and everyone was like, oh, she's alive, and the story was like she's a sugar baby and a sugar daddy, and so he wrote a blog talking about that, and he pressed publish. And like 2 minutes later, they found her remains had been burned. They burned her body. It was like the worst luck ever. And Dave at the time was like, Francis wasn't really established. He was taking a lot of heat, and he fucking fired him for it. But he made his way back.
You want to see a bad one? I almost derailed my career a week ago.
A week ago?
Yeah.
There's nothing that could derail you now. How bad could it have been?
It was pretty close. So I wish I had my glasses on. I could see
your readers.
I
don't know
what's
what's
them right there with the Diet Coke.
Okay, here it is. I'm gonna show you the picture. Okay, do not get this on camera. So
Pete's already laughing. I know.
Magic Johnson posted a picture of him in Hawaii with another couple. That's all I saw. I don't have my readers on. I can't read what it is. Okay. But all I know is it's very photoshoppable. So I cut me and T.I. and Tiny into that picture, right, with Magic and his wife and Cookie and the things. And so and it looks real, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, fucking, doesn't this, it kind of looks real. So I'm gonna post it. So I think I sent it to the group, and then Pete goes, "Whoa, buddy, I'd pump the brakes on that." I said, "What?" He goes, "You didn't read the caption, did you?" I was like, "No." She goes, "That friend passed away." Oh. I was gonna post.
Imagine if you were like, "Look at this funny shit."
Hey, hanging out with the black people.
Half of them are dead.
There's still one that I was questionable. You've heard of Fat N-word season?
No.
Oh, are you fucking shitting me? It maybe is the greatest.
Dude, you know what was a great joke, by the way? The when you just said, "Does everyone know that the letter B is next to the letter N on the keyboard?" And you let it sit, and then when the punchline hit of she was cool. She said, "Let's go with the Escalade." Yeah, and you got to do a little bit of math to figure it out. That was a great joke.
The story I left out of there, which I wish I had put in, and I didn't think about it. It's almost too much to it. Is sending text without readers. I sent a text to Nate Diaz. He was like, "Yo, you're coming through Stockton. Me and the boys want to hang out. Come through or whatever." And I just did a voice text. I was like, "Abso-fucking-lutely," and I hit send. And then I read it and I went, "Wait, what did I say?" And voice text changed it to, "I'm so fucking lonely."
What?
I can't think of anything worse to send to a guy like Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz like, all right, dude, I gotta fuck Bert, I guess.
I'm not certain, and they've reached out. The company's reached out to me.
Okay,
they're called Fat Fellas on Instagram, and they've reached out. I don't know. I think they're selling cryptocurrency. But to be honest with you, I'm investing because I've drawn so much joy from this. Yeah. Like the other day, Shaq was like, "Hey, did you find out what season it is?" I said, "I did." And he goes, "Don't say it, Bert." Dude,
we like you. We don't like you that much, Bert.
I've never said that full sentence. I've never said it. But buddy, the day I die, on my deathbed, my last words is, "Yo, shut the fuck up." I don't know what they do. I think it's cryptocurrency, but yeah.
Boy, but you gotta put my boy on though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Dude, the moment when I knew that Feidelberg was the real deal.
When's a close date? You don't want to do Red Rocks. That's too much for you. Oh wait,
I don't understand. Are we being serious right now?
Yep.
I'm not gonna open for you.
Yeah, no, you are.
Hang on, go back.
You're gonna do it.
Hartford, Connecticut, November 13th. That looks like a good one.
You want to
do that run? You want to do that run?
By November, you'll be
ready.
You
want to do that run? Hang on. November 13th, November 14th, November 15th, November 16th. We end in Richmond, Virginia.
Look, here's the deal, Bert. If you invite me on this, I'm going to come.
All right.
I do not know if I'm going to do well, so think about that.
It's okay.
Dude, here's when I knew he was the real deal.
They're not coming to see you.
It'll be okay. We were in LA, and Michael Turner was running a show, and like texted Feidelberg and was like, "Do you want to go up?" And we were like, we had some shit to do. He was on the fence, and he was like, "All right, fuck it, I'll do it." We walk in, and like within 30 seconds, they like force him on stage. It wasn't like, figure it out, we'll set up, like, when are you going to go? And it was just like, put a mic in his hand, and he went up, and he just smoked it. And I've been around enough of you guys now to know when, it was a perfectly normal comedy set. That if any of our peers had done it, it'd be like, yeah, I don't know. They were up there doing their thing. Yeah. And it was like, within 5 minutes, he found out about it. We got there, and he went up on stage and did it. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is not just like a little hobby. Like, he's doing it for real.
Dude.
So Hartford,
I'm telling you right now,
November 13th, Feidelberg.
What is it? November 13th, 14th, 15th. Hartford, Baltimore, Hershey, Pennsylvania. Is that it?
I mean, I'm going to do it. If you're actually inviting me, I'm going to do it.
There's an official offer. Hartford on the 13th, Baltimore on the 14th, Hershey on the 15th, and November 16th, Richmond, Virginia. It'll be a blast. It'll be a blast. 4 days on the bus. Party balls, have a good time. We'll bring. It'll be two comics. It'll be you and another guy. So we'll bring someone adjacent. We should bring Francis too.
I was gonna say we should probably bring Francis because he'd be pissed off.
We should bring Francis too. We'll do me and Francis that week.
Fuck yeah, dude. Are you serious?
Yeah. Ask Francis if he's in. I don't have his number, but yeah, let's do it.
Are you serious?
It'll be a blast. You'll love it. You'll love it.
I will. I'm excited and I will love it.
I'll tell you right now. You could tell smallest dick in the room. on stage, that's a bit. I mean, it's a bit. I don't know. When I heard it, I missed something that lives rent free in my head. We did a smallest dick on the boat competition for our cruise. I told you that, right? Did you see it?
No, I don't think
Pete,
I
pull
did.
up the dick. Pull up the dick.
Pull up the dick.
We did it, and we said I give $5,000 to anyone who's got the smallest dick in here.
How small was it?
You'll see it in 2 seconds.
Like micro or like just small?
It's pretty bad.
Very bad.
Pretty bad.
We were talking about with
yeah, I
Frankie
don't know
Borelli.
if you know this, but the second half of that story now
No.
is that so we told that story a million times, and we did a show in Buffalo.
Oh, right.
And they came because that's where it was. The event took place in Buffalo the first time around, so they're from the area. They came and they showed us a picture.
Bro,
It's not a regular dick, Bert. It's a big dick.
it was not only was it not small, I was like, if you guys consider this a small dick, you all have hammers. It was like, I was like, I'm jealous of this guy's dick. And he's the who's got smaller guy.
Oh my god.
Which I don't know if that kills the story or
Yeah,
not.
it almost
but
makes me think it's like the only reason this guy was willing to be like, look at my small dick is because it was like 5 inches soft.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
In in the original story, I was taking a piss, so I like never really turned around. I never
Yeah.
saw anyone's dick.
Yeah.
And by the time I was done, they were still pants down, but I wasn't like, hey, let me get a good look at that guy. I was just kind of
Well, you
walking
can
out
see
of
it
the
from
fracas.
100 miles away. So
I was talking
Crazy.
to Shaq. I was talking about it on stage the
Speaking
other
of
day about I was like, wait, have you ever gotten your whole dick in someone? and you could see he didn't realize that was a thing.
right, he was like, what do you
He was
mean?
like-
Your whole dick goes in? I only get like a quarter.
And then I
in.
was like, Shaq, I go like pubis to pubis. Like,
Yeah.
I get all the way in. And he was like,
what?
hold on. And he
I don't even know
He
how some of those
couldn't
black guys
fathom the
come.
idea. He was like, wait, the whole
you
dick
see the
goes in?
video. It's on his podcast. He just did a podcast. And you can see that he doesn't realize that that dicks come smaller and that you can put the whole thing in and that it disappears in a vagina. And it's just Shaq going like, yeah. and then me and his co-host are sitting there laughing going, Shaq, like ours go all the way in.
Like Shaq, what do you think the phrase balls deep means? Like,
when those
go
guys
all the way
fuck,
in.
I don't think their dick gets fully hard.
yeah,
I think they have to hold it and
use like their hands almost. I don't know how some of these guys even come. Is this even enough to get you off?
When I was in high school, there was a kid who was a prince, I believe, in Africa, and he was very tall. He was like center on the basketball team, all this stuff. And there was a rumor, I'm sure it's not true, but I don't know one way or the other, that if he got fully hard, he would pass out because he lost too much blood.
Yeah. I think was it Shaq that was saying that his fingers tingle? Francis, it's Bert Kreischer. Listen, I have an offer, a firm offer. November 13th, Hartford, Connecticut. November 14th, Baltimore, Missouri, Maryland. November 15th, Hershey, Pennsylvania. November 16th, Richmond, Virginia. On the Permission to Party World Tour. Me, you, and Feidelberg. Say you're in. Call me back. 310. Leave it in. No, just bleep out every other number. Bleep out every other number.
Dude, you
I love
are
you
the
guys.
fucking best.
I love you
man.
guys.
I love you so much, man. Thank you so much.
Fuck yeah.
Jack Pocket is America's #1 lottery app right on your phone.
Jack Pocket.
Pull it up right now. We're creeping up there. We're getting around to that $500 million mark, which is always where my interest gets peaked. 461 million for Powerball, 344 for Mega Millions. I also just got an alert for the $5.4 million New York Lotto. That's always good when the little ones get up there a little bit. It's worth taking a flyer on those. You also have scratch tickets if you are available in certain states, and you can get a free lottery ticket right now when you use promo code KFC. New customers get that first lottery ticket, whether it's Powerball, whether it's Mega Millions, official state lottery games, whatever it is in your region. You can use promo code KFC at Jackpocket now and get free tickets. You don't have to worry about going out and getting your ticket. You go to the bodega, you go to the gas station, you have to go buy a physical ticket. You don't have to worry about losing your physical ticket. You have everything right there on your phone, and all you got to do is click a couple times. You can do quick picks. You can pick your favorite numbers, your lucky numbers, however you like to do it. They even have the scratch-offs where you can scratch and get that immediate satisfaction. Just load up your account and buy your tickets and start winning today. Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app and official partner of Barstool Sports. Get a factory.
I keep like having dreams I'm throwing up plastic, and I feel like that definitely.
Probably because we're all just consuming
Yeah.
massive amounts of plastic.
But like.
So what, dude?
Right.
So what?
What's the thing? Like, our grandfathers consumed asbestos, our fathers consumed lead. We will consume plastic, and then our kids will consume something
like
else.
titanium or some shit. Yeah, like whatever it is.
Yeah, I
that's
also
just
like
how
I
it
don't do
goes.
coke, so it's the same. Like it's like toxic, you know. I don't know, like.
It just
She's
balances
like,
out.
she's like, well, I don't do coke, so I can use whatever glass I want.
Yeah, it's like I can eat all the
I like
credit
that.
cards
I like
want.
that. I like that. Do whatever you want. Go. Well, I don't do coke.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I fucked that guy, but like, I don't do coke. Yeah, like I killed that person, but I don't do coke.
It's true. It's like everyone has their vices, and like coke isn't one of them for me. So like,
So,
But you don't get credit for that because you want it to be one of your vices.
no, but I like don't like.
I watched Jackie
She-
get offered coke the other weekend, and
But it's by it was by. A gay
I heard
guy,
about
so
this.
that doesn't
Yeah,
count.
Pat, she's mad that it was from Pat and not like a hot guy.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
wants a hot guy to be like, I want to do coke with you. No, that's okay. But you want the offer.
Yeah.
I want to be up with you until 6 a.m. Unable to get hard. Just rambling. If that's okay with you.
Is that something you're interested in? I want to talk at you for a good 5 hours. Disappoint you sexually.
You know.
Does that sound fun?
You know how everyone like put like all girls post like this and yap, like
Yeah.
you know, like it's like a martini and like yap or whatever. I've always wanted to, but like I'm not gonna this because like you talk a lot when you. I always thought it would be funny, but like I'm not gonna.
Have you ever done coke?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. No.
I ain't no
But, like-
bitch.
but like
You're just not. You don't have the coke aura. Like let's go to the bathroom, and you want to be that. Girl.
it's just like whenever I wake up, I'm like
Another
that
day.
was weird. Like the
No
the
offers.
more I talk, the more I say stuff that I shouldn't say.
That's
And
fair.
so then it's like I have to reduce that.
Oh, and that's cocaine's not going to help that.
Yeah.
Coke, I never understood how like people got addicted to cocaine. Where like the day after, I was never like, let's get some more coke. Like I was
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind
I
of
think
like
I think you have
with
to like
drinking, I'd be like, want to get a beer?
I think
But,
you power through that. Well, that's probably true too. Everybody has their thing that really jumps out at them. But I
Yeah.
think it's when you get past that and then you need it, not want it. You need it. I don't necessarily want to put her on blast, but Kelly Keegs had maybe the all-time best line about cocaine ever.
What?
We were coming back from the funeral a couple months ago, and I don't even remember why we were talking about coke. She was just talking about how like she gets hate online, and someone was like, "You're like a coke whore" or something like that.
Yeah.
And she was like, "I don't even fucking do coke anymore." And like everyone kind of laughed. And then she was like just looking out the window, and I swear to God, she would have said it if there was no one in the car. She goes, "I mean, the only reason I stopped was because of fentanyl and migraines, but I don't do it anymore."
I remember when she stopped and she's like, I would just get such bad migraines. I was like, I don't even know what. That's never a side effect I've heard of it, but.
Yeah, I mean,
I
that'll
feel
do it.
like really hungover the next day. Like
Yeah, the crash. Maybe it's not
Yeah,
a migraine, but
yeah.
the come down is.
That's
not.
just a man versus a woman. Like I've never said a migraine.
I was gonna say, we've
Like,
had-
oh
we've
yeah,
had
I feel like
headaches.
a hole's getting drilled in my head.
This goes back to the conversation last week. It's like men are such bitches. Like, when was the last time a guy has been like, I have a nervous stomach ache, my head hurts. Like that is literally every single day of a girl's existence.
that's not true.
Yes, it fucking is.
That's not true.
I would say that the amount of times that a girl talks about her headache or stomach ache compared to men is like 100 to 1.
Maybe we just have more headaches than stomach aches. than you guys.
Yeah, because you guys are bitches.
No, I don't have like the mental fortitude to like fight you on
Well,
this.
that's also
today.
because you're a girl. So
Are we doing the podcast right now?
I don't really know.
going. Yeah, no, we're going. We've been going.
I don't know if I've been in podcast mode.
Yeah,
I
I don't
thought
know.
we were just here chatting.
Ain't that a podcast, bro? Isn't that a podcast? Did we catch the coffee stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This is all going in.
All right, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
I feel like we all like talked about us doing coke. Like, is that?
I don't know.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys talking about you doing coke.
Yeah, I know. I don't think it's the first time. I've done cocaine before. I'm cool. I've done it.
Have you done? Have you done coke?
I've never done coke. No.
You've actually never done coke?
I've never done coke.
No, that's
I
even more
have.
embarrassing.
I just not out of any. I don't have the interest in it.
I mean, I
It does
can
not appeal
count
to me.
on my hands
The-
the times that I've done it.
the like what I think is the appeal for people is the exact opposite of like you can stay out later. You can keep going.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I want to check out. I'm
But
done.
like in your 20s?
Yeah, but even then, I guess maybe I should have gave it a whirl.
Yeah.
It would have been fun. But I usually was like I also just drank. Like I would drink until I stopped, until I went to sleep. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I never really we'd be up till at the bars at 4 a.m. I'm still drinking.
Yeah, no,
so I guess
I
never
would
really
too.
needed
But then,
but then you keep
can
going.
find out
See,
you go to sleep at 8 a.m.
that's what I mean. See, I have no
Yeah.
interest in 4 to 8. Like, you know when people say there's nothing good happens after 2 a.m.? That's not true. Some fun shit can happen
No,
from 2 to
yeah.
4. Nothing
agree.
good happens from 4 to 8. Nothing
I don't know,
good.
man. I got some fun stories.
Okay, how about this? Nothing good that occurs from 4 to 8 can't be done from 2 to 4.
But it didn't happen, so we got to extend the game, right? It's like fouls at the
Well,
end.
no,
Like,
but that's what I mean.
Nothing crazy's
No.
happened.
No,
Let's
no.
keep the fucking game going. Extend the game, boys.
This is my point, though. This is my point. Is that you're gonna go have like a 15-hour night because like if you know the night's ending at 2 or 4, you get that shit done. If you know you have 4 extra hours of coke hours, like you won't do those things until 4 a.m.
Nah, it's one of those things like
They just develop naturally.
yeah, because it's the same thing as like after midnight. Like, why didn't you do it from 8
You
p.m.
just
to 10 p.m.?
You just keep knocking it back.
Because these are fucking the witching hours.
And
dude.
and that's the only thing I will say is I've never had like true degen moments like that where you're like, it's you and a couple strangers, you know, the weird people you end up
Should we
with.
call a guy?
Yeah.
Sun's coming up through the window.
Call him now. It's the day.
He's bringing his kids to school. He'll come by after.
Wait, yeah, I don't
Cackle
really
was
think I think I've stayed out until like 6 max. But now you're making me feel like FOMO for that.
Yeah, you should
listen,
have FOMO.
no,
You should have FOMO. If you haven't
From
had
7
like
to 8?
3-day benders, you should have FOMO.
No, but did you see? Oh fuck, who's the comedian's name? Damn it, I wish I could remember so I could give him credit. He's a British guy. I think he was talking to Daniel Sloss, one of the there's that British crew
Yeah.
guys.
Scottish.
Scottish, yeah. And he was just like, the 3-day bender is the key to life.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I've seen that, yes.
And it's put, like they put the piano in the background, and he's like, day 1 you wake up, you're hungover, and like you power through, you rally the troops, and like day 2 is like when the real all stars come out, and like and by day 3, like you've earned it, it was just so poetic. I was like,
Dude,
this is what it's about.
I never really missed drinking like hard. And
Did that make you miss it?
yeah,
yeah.
only when you're talking about like with like if you're like, dude, the chicks are I don't give a fuck.
No.
I don't give a fuck.
Dude.
If you're talking like the boys hunkering down, getting in a foxhole on the weekend, yeah, I miss that, dude.
Me too. That was the only time. I really, really don't miss partying. I just, it's not, like I can still do most of the stuff that it's not that like, the partying I still do is the stuff I want to do. I'll go out, we have some drinks, we hang out, we have some laughs, and then I go home. I'm good. I don't need to fuck anybody, I need to party all night long. But the one thing that I do miss is that.
Yeah.
I remember
the
like,
rot.
what?
The rot.
No,
not the rot,
the
the
refusal to
camaraderie.
accept the rot.
Yeah,
Like we're
fighting it off.
fighting the rot,
Yes.
dude. Like,
No, but-
how do we keep the rot away? Let's get
Keep
some
going.
beers. Let's get a bag. Let's fucking go.
Hair of the dog. Yes. I remember like Hoboken St. Patrick's Day was always like the big day, and we would start at like 6 in the morning. And I remember like, or maybe we would wake up at 6. And so, waiting for the party to start at like 8, and we're all up. And like one of my buddies was cooking up breakfast sandwiches at like 6 a.m. Like we're cooking rations to go to war.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you have you eaten? Have you eaten? Like here, take this. Like a mother, like helping everyone out. Like get your armor on, get ready, get your belly full because we're going to war.
I do like fueling, like I'm like about to run a marathon. Like I get my electrolytes and I get my carbs and I get my fucking like.
It feels
The prep.
it's like gladiators walking out of the tunnel.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
like, we ready. We ready.
and like remember in Amsterdam, we were just talking about this recently. Bert's on the show today, and he texted us a picture out of nowhere of the Amsterdam trip. And there's a picture of all of us out on the street at like 1 a.m. Of the whole gang, and it was right after the comedian Mark Smalls like reemerged.
Yeah.
He had too much mushrooms and smoked too much earlier in the day, and was down for the count. Probably went home at like 1 p.m. Right? Like he was like afternoon down
he
for
was
the count.
early.
We were like, all right, like Mark's done for like the trip. and we stumble out of like the sex show or whatever it was, and then he just sidled back up like into the crowd of us. Like we were kind of all walking on the street, and he just like reappeared and was in the group, and it was like, wait, Mark's back. And I was like, Mark's back, and it was like this eruption of like, he's alive and he's here and he's ready to party again. That sort of stuff is, and you can only get that by being like an idiot drunk. You know, you can't replicate that in any other way. I can go out and share some laughs and shit and be sober or whatever, but like that you can't get.
Yeah, no, I
Can't get that at Wawa.
Our veterans listening might disagree, but like it is like we went to fucking war. Dude. Like how did we survive?
Yeah, like literally how do we like this guy's injured, this guy should have got arrested, this guy's lost, this guy, you know, he showed up with no shoes, like whatever it is, like we survived a war.
We had fun. Like how the fuck did we live? Like, I don't know.
You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Oh, the best. The best, man. I was wondering, like, I know this is kind of over-exaggerated because people still do drink, but those stats about, like, the younger generation not drinking are crazy, right? It's, like, down 70% or whatever. And my kids are so young, so who knows what my kids will be like.
But also those stats, I'm sure, right, like, everything with polls and stats, I'm always like, we asked 1,000 people.
Yes.
That's a lot of people.
Also,
but like I walk around the West Village, the East Village.
They're
like,
drinking, yeah.
Everyone's drinking. Every bar is
But
as
I
packed
wonder
as it
if
can
there's
be.
going to be like
Yeah.
teenage drinking as much.
I don't think there's underage drinking.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
You know. Also, somebody said it the other day. Was it on the pod? I think it was here. That those stats are including underage kids.
Well, yeah.
You know, it's like they're the young generation, so it's like. I mean, I guess if they're comparing apples to apples, like when we were that age versus that stage.
But they weren't running these studies back when we were that age.
Right.
Or at least no one was asking me. And I'm
Right.
sure no
Yeah,
one was asking my parents.
Right.
Like,
Out of the 1,000 people asked, they weren't in my town because all 1,000 would have been like, yep. But I'm just like, I mean, I guess this is a silly thought because they're 8 and 9, so who fucking knows? But I could see both of them growing up to be like, we're not breaking the rules. We don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they will be. You know what I mean? But
I remember it's actually funny this is all coming up because I was talking to my mom this weekend, and my cousin she'd gone on like her first official college visit or whatever, and I was like just talking about my aunt and uncle, and I was like, do you think that they think like she went and had some pizza in the library, or like do you think like they think she went to party? And my mom was like, they probably. No, and we just got into a larger discussion about like my childhood, and I was talking about like I was like the first time I got caught having a party, and I was like, why were you guys so surprised? Like
they were. So
like
they were.
I was like, I just remember getting yelled at by you and being like, why are they surprised by this? It's all anyone in my family talks about. Like not
This is all we do
It's
is
certainly
drink and
not
party.
all. Well, not all is an exaggeration, obviously, but
all
like
of our families are kind of similar in that.
yeah,
It's like
all of the fun stories are about
Partying
like
and drinking.
high school partying and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, like, and not because all of my siblings got caught having parties, and I was like, yeah, we all wanted some of that in our
And,
lives.
I mean, even down to like the Irish wakes and the wedding,
Yeah.
like even the family events, like you guys are all getting fucked up.
if you wanted to be mad, sure, be
Right.
mad that I
But don't be
lied and all that
surprised.
stuff. But wait, why the fuck are you surprised by
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Wait, was it the drinking that they're mad at, or you threw a party and they're mad at that?
That's a great question. That's what she specified, that I was supposed to be staying at my grandfather's house. It was because I went to a different high school. I didn't have February vacation, and my whole family took February vacation, and they went up to Canada. They went skiing or whatever. And
Oh, Polly, that's on you. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you expect
Yeah,
a guy
yeah.
to do?
dude, it was actually
Just go sit with his grandfather?
I was having a multi-day party at my house.
Yeah.
But was going home to my grandfather's after school, and like I was just letting people live in the house. Like I was just like, you guys can stay.
I get what that
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
The only reason I got caught is my aunt showed up and my friends were just there playing video games.
That's
my aunt like went to like check the
hilarious.
mail, and she's like, "Why are you guys here playing video?" Because they were all on on
Yeah,
February
yeah,
vacation,
yeah.
so they didn't have school.
They're just squatters at like 2
and
p.m.
I would go to
drunk
class.
like
It was
you.
like college. I would go to class.
I'll see you when I'm
I'd
back.
come back, fucking party.
That's another thing I missed was the like I'm going to class and I'll be back. Like you guys are drinking. I gotta go do this thing for like 1 hour.
Do not
By the time-
let this stop while I'm gone.
Right. And when I come back, I'll catch up. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
rip like 3 shots and I'm right back in there. And that right around now, it's still a little bit early, but like right around now is like that first day when it's like 60 degrees and everyone just goes outside and drinks. And those moments you can't really.
I remember
recapture.
one time I had like it was a 1 hour class, and I called my friends like after, be like, hey, where are you guys at? And 3 of them were in the hospital. I was like, what happened? 1 hour class. And that was the time I think I've said this where the like stove was on. Like, so I came back to the apartment and like it smelled completely like gas. Oh my God. And so I was like, oh, what the fuck happened? And like everyone had pre-gamed there. And so then 3 of them ended up in the hospital, but turns out that it thins your blood when the gas is on. So it set everyone into hyper. So then we'd always be like before like a pregame, we'd be like, should we turn this off?
Yo, I'm broke. All we got is we got like half a handle left.
Oh, we're getting fucking lit tonight, boys.
Turn the stove on. That is great. There's a little trick for you.
If you give yourself fucking carbon monoxide poisoning, you get fucked up pretty quick.
We'd have like serious conversations being like, if we do it right, like if we have the right amount of gas, we will have the perfect drunk for almost no cost.
Just like huffing propane or whatever it is. That's hilarious.
That's very funny.
Oh God, I miss it. Did you guys ever sneak out of your house? I never did that. Like, I wish I did that.
I was very much like, again, because of a weird high school situation. Like,
yeah,
you would kind of live it on your own.
It would be like, if I went to a party, I was gone for the weekend. So I, like it wasn't like a lot of like sneaking out for a few hours, coming back. Really did that. So like
we were also just like allowed. I don't know what my parents were doing. So we were just like at a bar on a Monday night.
In high school?
Yeah. Like what did they think I was doing?
Yeah.
A bar on a Monday night is wild.
Monday night at Scholars. It was $10 all you can drink. It's the best. It was summertime, so like that kind of counts. But like. What do you think I was doing, dude? Just like hanging out at someone's house, I guess. I guess that's what I said. I don't even think I had to lie. I think I just like went and came and went as I wanted. I was like, do I even have parents? Do I have a family? Am I an orphan? What's going on right now?
I remember like them like, so what'd you do last night? Like again, like, I'd be gone for the weekend, so like I'd call them like driving home on Sunday, and they're like, what'd you do last night? And it would be like one of those like, watched a movie.
Are you gonna buy that?
And then there would be like a pause, and be like, okay, what's up this week?
Well, but see, this is what I don't get is like your parents knew that this cousin went to visit schools, and Polly and your dad are sitting there going, oh yeah, like she partied all weekend.
Right.
So like you know that about other kids, but then when it's your kids, you like so
and
you
don't
put the
wouldn't you
blinders on?
want your kids to like? I don't know. I think about it a lot. Like getting older, I'm like, if I had kids, like I would want them to be popular and be invited to parties and go to parties and be cool at parties.
Yeah, do
like,
yeah.
like you tell them like be safe and all that good shit, but like,
yeah,
if you're not getting invited to parties, then we have to have a talk. You know?
I know.
Yeah.
I really like. I just know I'm gonna have weird kids. I just have like a bad feeling, and I'm already kind of like, guys, you're bumming me out. Come on, guys.
Jackie's non-existent boring kids are dragging her down.
Just do coke. Like I don't do coke, but like do as I say, not as I do. I don't know.
The exact opposite of do as I say, not as I do. The polar opposite of what people want.
I always remember that phone call with my mom when she was talking. We were talking about drugs or something, and it was like, I honestly forget what we were talking about, but she was like. She said something like she listed 3 drugs. It was heroin, something, and coke.
Oh wow!
And then she was
like,
it was like bad drugs or hard drugs or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then she was like, I don't even know what they're like heroin or meth or anything. and I was like, coke noticeably absent from that last night. And she was like, all right, move on. Pretend I never said that.
I woke up on Saturday morning and like I had. First of all, just like a slew of random numbers. Like, I don't know. Yeah, because I was looking real good or something. But one of them was just crack pipe girl. And then he sends an address. And I was like, and then I was so hungover. And I was like, did I do crack last night? like for a second.
Over here.
And then another one just says bathroom Riz. I don't know what that means.
You were texting these to people?
Like
Jackie is doing crack and fucking in the bathroom.
That makes it sound like I eventually remembered all of them, and they all had very PC backings to them. But there was a moment of panic. Like seriously, I was like, did I suck some guy's dick in the bathroom? Did I do crack?
Was it the same?
Yeah.
Did I do both of those at the same time?
Yeah.
Did you hear the story about that teacher who had the gangbang with her students?
No.
Fucking bonkers, dude. She had middle school students brought them over, gave them mushrooms, and then had an orgy where she made them wear the mask from Scream.
What?
You ever think just how lucky you are to not have like perverse
Thoughts
desires like that? Like I want to fuck
Yeah.
a couple 12-year-olds in a Scream mask. if like, what's your thing? My thing is fucking 11-year-olds in a Scream
Well,
mask.
that was the thing, dude. Yo,
You'd be
I
like,
know,
bro, what?
she gave them all peanut butter sandwiches and like drugged them with the mushrooms.
Oh my God.
And then fucked them all. And I know when it's
Well, peanut butter, I gotta give her credit. Peanut butter sandwich is how you eat mushrooms. So she was delivering it properly.
Yeah. But she was doing it to 13-year-olds.
Yeah, well, look, I didn't say the whole thing was right. I said that part was right. The peanut butter sandwiches was weird at first, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's
tasting
the
mushrooms.
She a lot. You know, everyone kind of makes jokes when it's a female teacher and boys.
Yeah.
You know, and I get that. I'm not gonna be like a loser over it, downer. But like, it was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And people like certain people in my comments were like lucky and like, which is fine, whatever. But then there were people like, how old were they? Like they left that out. Like that's a key piece of evidence. Like were they like were they 18? Were they seniors? And I was like, they were in middle school.
Yeah.
There's your
Oh my
answer.
God, yeah.
Like 11 to 13. How about now, dickhead?
Bro, if my teacher in middle school was banging me, I would have to fake cum so much. You know what I mean? Like,
What do you?
Yeah,
I hadn't hit puberty yet, so
Oh,
like,
You're a little boy fucking.
I've fake cummed as an adult. I would have had to fake cum as a child. But like, I'm done.
I don't even know if I would know how to fake cum at that point.
I wouldn't. No.
I'd just be like, is this? Am I doing it right? Is it
I
over
think-
now?
I think I finished.
Is it over? I'm about tired now. I think I'm good. Fucking sickening. And then the husband, God, the husband went to the kids and said, if you guys say anything, I will slaughter you.
This might be
he
like
was
as
in on
bad
it?
as it fucking gets.
Totally. What?
He was in on it?
He was not doing anything, but he was like, don't go public with this. And then she, when she got caught, her reasoning was she said, if I was 150 pounds or heavier, I wouldn't have done it. So basically she was like, I'm not fat anymore, so I'm fucking these kids.
If I was an ugly broad, I wouldn't fuck these children.
Insanity. It's one of the most insane stories of all time.
Dude, that's the husband too, like
Multiple
defending
schools.
it, being like, if I lose the $40,000 a year my middle school
Right,
teacher
yeah,
takes,
yeah.
I'm out of house and home. So you better shut your fucking mouth.
I got Sugar Mama over here. She provides the mushrooms, the peanut butter, and the masks. Think I can afford that shit on my own? That woman is like a absolute fucking
Wait,
scumbag.
I'm not really following her logic. So if she was,
It
if she was
might have been the
140
opposite.
pounds
It might have
heavier.
been.
A pedophile, so there's not gonna be a ton of logic.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's not too
But
much
her
there.
mushroom logic is good.
The mushroom logic is out.
We gotta give her credit for it too.
It was like if I was 150 pounds or more, I would, Indiana. Yeah. So she was 31, and it was like, let me find the exact quote. She blamed it on her 150-pound weight loss.
Being like I'm hot as shit.
I
now.
think so.
So I gotta fuck kids.
Yeah.
You know, everyone once they goes through a weight loss transformation.
Yeah. I
how
respect
it goes.
her trying to make it empowering. It does not quite hit.
She had like a stripper pole and sex toys at the house.
Yeah, I
She
bet
was
she
paying
did.
some money.
Christ.
Yeah, she said she told police she regretted shedding 150 pounds in weight, saying she would have acted differently if she was still heavier. Listen, I'm not fat anymore. I can't be held responsible.
I
Hey,
like,
it's not
I like
that.
how she
At least there's
regrets.
a defense. I don't know.
She regrets losing the weight.
Yeah, not fucking the kids.
If only I didn't get that George Foreman grill.
R.I.P. to a legend, man. He was making $8 million. What was it? $8 million a month at its peak.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I was a George Foreman guy.
Dude, I think everybody in our generation was.
I was whipping up burgers on the George Foreman. all the
Dogs.
time.
I was cooking
I would
dogs in
double
college.
cheese it.
Double cheese. What do you
I
mean?
would put the cold fucking. I'd make a mess of.
I was
my
gonna say
mom's
you
George
put the
Foreman.
cheese on the grill.
She would be furious.
do that.
I'd put it on with the patty, like raw, and I'd cook. and then I would lift it up, and it would be cheese everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'd throw another slice on, cook some more.
This is how like a retarded kid would use a George Foreman grill.
And then I would fucking just stab it with, like, the thing that had like the prongs,
Yeah.
so you could clean it. And I would just like fucking jawing away at it because the cheese would harden while I ate my sandwich.
Well, yeah, it's fucking grilled cheese.
And my mom
Literally.
used to come home every day and be like, "What are you doing?" Relax, it's better this way.
It's healthy. It's healthy. Do you know what that is, George Foreman grill?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
We
know
have it in
that,
college.
that made it. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not crazy. It was from like the 90s.
Wait, but
They're still kicking. Good for him.
Also,
don't we
The
still have
Office.
those grills?
The Office,
Also
yeah.
The Office.
Oh, he
yeah.
burns his foot. Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
I mean, he was a 2-time heavyweight champion, fought Muhammad Ali, fought Joe Frazier, all that shit. He's the grill guy. Like the George Foreman grill is his jam.
Oh, that's not how I pictured him looking.
He sold the rights. Like he had like a revenue deal. He was getting 40% of every grill sold at its peak, and then he just sold like, you can use my name and all that shit for 200 million.
Really?
It was like 180, something like that. You just boom, give me a lump sum. So
Wait, is he still alive?
No,
no, he
died
just
this
died
weekend.
like last week.
Oh, damn it.
And fun little fact, he has I think 12 kids, 5 sons named George.
I actually, yeah.
And then one
And
daughter,
he
Georgina.
Yeah, someone named Georgina. But it's George the first, George the second, George the third, George the fourth. They're not in different generations. I mean, I guess they still are first, second, third, fourth,
Yeah.
but like they're just all.
How do you think he calls out his kids in the house?
They're all, because they all also have the same middle name. It's like George Michael Foreman the
What?
first, George Michael Foreman the second. So I don't know what he does.
Honestly, making his life.
He's got to call him like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Think one, think
Junior,
two.
third.
Huh?
Junior probably is the
Yeah,
first one.
so there's probably like George, Junior, Trip, Quattro.
I like,
Quattro
George,
and
I
Cinco.
like G3. Maybe
Wait,
that's
is
it,
that
yeah.
what Trip is short for?
Yeah, the third triplet.
Never knew
Or
that.
not triplet,
I
but
just
the
thought
third.
Trip was a name.
Yeah, no. I have a buddy who's having a son, had a son, and he's the fourth, and I'm gonna call him Quattro. I think that's awesome. This motherfucker, we've called him VJC3 his whole life, and his dad's VJC2, and he found out he was having a boy, or he didn't find out he was having a boy till he was born. But I was like, if it's a boy, and he was like, I don't really know. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
He's the guy
You're
at
gonna
the
stop
Starbucks
the
line.
bloodline now. Like when you have a chance to take it to 4, it's over.
Yeah.
You could maybe break it if you're a junior. You don't want to go 3. Once it's 4, it's going to 30. If that guy keeps having boys, it's gonna go to VJC 40.
It's the Starbucks line. It's like, I'm not gonna pay for that person behind me.
Right.
What? Stop it now.
Come on.
This would have gone for a
We
week.
got
This
this
would have
going.
national news, dude.
Wait, I forgot. Are you a second, third?
I am not. No, different middle name.
Oh, so it has to be the same middle.
Well, yeah. Is that
I've
how it
never
works?
been. I don't. I know if someone
You've never
called
been
me junior.
junior.
I would be like, don't you dare. But I've never been called it or anything like that. Like,
I guess it does have to be the full name to be an official junior, third, all that shit.
yeah.
Junior, I do find demeaning.
Yeah.
Like,
really?
I wouldn't go as far to be one of those guys. Have you ever seen the people who call themselves the second instead of junior?
No.
There's people who put like 2.
Oh
you know?
yeah, yeah. I just never say it out loud. I honestly, once I get to your name, I don't read the last. I don't care if you're a doctor, a dentist, the third, whatever.
matter.
What's your fucking name?
But I wouldn't mind being like Kevin Jr. I wouldn't like somebody calling me just Junior, unless I'm like Ken Griffey.
See, I think that I don't.
Because of that?
I don't think I have a negative connotation of it because my first introduction was Ken Griffey Jr. and everyone called him Junior. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, he's the man, so can't be anything wrong with that name.
I know a guy who calls his son Junior, and he's not a junior. He just has a different name, but he calls his son Junior. Like, guess what? That's going to confuse the fuck out of him. Your kid included. He's not going to understand what the fuck is going on. I think he treats it like, sport. Like little guy, like
Yeah.
Junior. It's like, that's not how this
Is
fucking works.
sport? No. Sport's
No, that's just like
a,
that's a demeaning.
I've always
nickname.
wanted to name my son Jax, but like I can't do that because like it's just weird to name.
You could name him like Jackson and then call him Jax for short.
But I don't want Jackson's. Sorry, it's Jackson's, but like there's a big difference between Jackson.
Have you seen the MD Foodie Boyz these days?
No.
They're feeling themselves. Ooh, baby. Chubb Perm put up a 20 scroll carousel of just like life, and it had like some like ASAP Ferg song, and like he's got his big baggy jeans on, and they're kind of like you know, they're probably about to like hit high school. Like even just in the time that they've been famous, they look a little less like chubby little kids. They
Yeah,
become,
yeah.
like, you know, boys. You know, and I'm like,
They were
these guys
dripped
are
out
gonna be a
when they
fucking
came
problem.
here.
What?
They were
do a
like
lot of
dripped
swag.
out.
Oh my God, Chub Perm with those like purple cheetah print Jinkos.
Yeah.
My man is. There's another guy at the school now called Slim Perm. There's Chub Perm and Slim Perm, and they're like eating at the cafeteria, like, how's that fucking blah 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 Slim Perm, and they're like acting all cocky and shit. I was like, these kids are either gonna be awesome or insufferable. I think I know which one. But yeah, they're not. I mean, can you imagine like if you're like in fucking 8th grade, whatever they are, and you have like anything that makes you a little bit popular, you're like the man. you
Yeah.
know? These guys. What are they supposed to do?
But
Chub Perm's probably fighting him off
think
with a
that,
stick.
Unfortunately, I think that middle school, peaking in middle school, gives you a bad.
Rest of your life.
Well, just a lot of kids who I know, at least in my middle school, who were cool then, were not cool in high school.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. But they're doing it in a way that's
Really?
like kind of endearing.
I would disagree with that.
He's like, wait, what?
I think because again a different high school, but I think my middle school friends were like cool in high school. I think.
I think for
No, I
girls,
think-
I noticed
you-
that,
you're
where I
saying it
was
doesn't
like,
even
thank God I didn't peak it. Like some guys.
I think it goes to high school, but I think it's usually after that.
I think I disagree with that stereotype as a whole. I think that stereotype's crazy.
What's your?
I mean, I definitely know of it.
That,
I
like-
think there's also plenty of examples of like if you're the cool, popular kid, you have confidence and you like carry that through your
Yeah,
whole life.
like you
But-
always see it with like the guy in the varsity jacket who's like drunk at the bar. I'm sure it happens, but I think a majority of people who are cool or popular in high school or middle school
Oh, yeah, I don't
go
think
on to be because
Well, I think
you have
yeah.
social skills and
Well,
like
I
but
agree
that's
with
the
that.
thing. I don't know if like I think there's two ways that can unfold. I think you can be the popular kid because like I actually think really the most popular kids, despite like movie tropes and TV, series and shit, are usually like the nice kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you do have like personal skills. You're like the class president or something. You like do activities. So you're like do have social skills.
Right.
I think if you're just like I'm the man because I'm the quarterback and you don't ever develop any of those things, then when you're not like then you go to college and you're not the man, or you grow up and you're like I'm used to people liking me. Those are the people who I think become the bums, but those are not as prevalent as I think you would think.
But no, I
Because even
totally-
like the quarterback is like probably good at school and all these other things. I think it's pretty rare to have like the one trick pony.
I was gonna say I totally agree with that too. I think like that the only time I see it not be the case is middle school to high school. But then I think like if you're cool in high school, then like that confidence carries on with you for
That's why it's such a like
time.
like even with Keegan now, I'm like we're playing sports, and I remember like when I was playing sports, I was always kind of the kid who was like, do what the coach says and do the right thing and like make the extra pass and hustle. And I'm like, go chuck it up there, bro. Fuck it.
Yeah, but
be that guy.
I would disagree with that. I would say, if I like thinking back for me, I would always be like, do whatever, but understand how that affects the game. Like I've been thinking about that watching like sports lately, where it's just like, oh, dude, winning that 50-50 battle was massive.
Yeah,
right? Like getting that rebound was fucking massive.
But here's my point: is like, what you're saying is true, and that's why I used to do those things. But at the end of the day, I peaked at like Division 9 basketball in high school, 2-18. You know what I mean? And like, so who fucking cares? And had I had more fun and had a couple more highlights and a 30-point game and like these things, I would remember. Like I think that would affect me now more so than like I won that 50-50 battle in this league that didn't matter. You know what I mean?
Kind of. I don't know. I
like
look,
when you accept the fact that nobody's like going to college to play, no one's going pro.
Yeah.
Then
Did you think you were going pro?
No.
Dude, I was I was positive.
Yeah, same.
Like 1 month before college, I played college basketball. I was like, dude, I probably would spend like 6 months there, transfer to a Division 1 school. Probably gonna grow 2 to 3 inches in college. I just started dunking.
I mean,
Things
at
are
least
looking up.
it was like you're probably 75% of the way closer than the rest of the world, even just playing in whatever college you played in. So like at least there's a shred of possibility there. But you guys are idiots.
Like so incredibly stupid.
Yeah.
But there wasn't like I was probably like 17 when I was like, ugh, this might not work out.
I mean, I never even.
I was 18.
I don't think I even had it when I was like 7. The most probably silly I ever was at sports was I had jump soles. I had those shoes where you walk on your toes to try to like jump high because I wanted to dunk. And I guess looking back, my goal was just to try to dunk, which I think is an admirable goal. Like, but I never was like, I'm like working out and training so I can be a professional athlete. Like,
I mean,
look,
we
guys,
were
like,
playing-
look at your parents. Like, look at what? No, it's not happening.
But wait, first of all, it was hockey, so the last sport for the middle-sized white boy.
That is true. You had a shot. You had no.
And I just remember like we were playing kids who had gotten drafted and stuff like that, and I was like, he's all right. He's like, oh, look, I can make a jump this summer. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, he's better
I'll
than
grow.
me. He's better than me right now. He's a senior. I got a fucking another year down here.
It's like, these kids are getting recruited like 5 years ago, and you're like, no, the offers are gonna start rolling in soon.
It is obviously the belief was born of complete delusion and no understanding of how the system works. But I was like, I'll figure it out.
No, but
I'll get
that's
there.
the thing is like kids sports is taken more seriously than like
crazy.
anything ever, and you're so consumed by it at the time that you're like,
Bro,
"Mm,
if
of
you
course."
think it was now,
It's now.
it's
Oh, my mom
crazy.
would like to tell you that she thinks that Shay is the best dancer in the world, and she's so proud of
Shay
her.
might legitimately be like a real dancer.
No, she's
The only
so
thing that's
good.
gonna hurt her, and it's like already hurting her. She's an awesome gymnast, but she's just gonna be tall. I'm 6
Yeah.
foot. Her mom's like 5'8". Like she's already kind of like tall and skinny. You're fucked.
Yeah.
No,
She's probably like the same size as Simone Biles already.
Don't tell her that.
Well, she's got to drop something, and I think I'm gonna make it be gymnastics because gymnastics is also weird.
Wait,
I think
but that
dancing
won't.
too, but I don't like gymnastics.
If you think of Pav's logic, it's gonna make her shorter.
Yeah.
morons,
Dude, by
she
the
can
way,
dance though. She's been dancing since she was like 0, so like she can dance.
yeah. No, I thought we were changing subject, so I don't have it, by the way.
Hey, KSU Radio listeners, we all know what time of year it is. The wait is over and the madness is here. We've got nonstop college hoops to look forward to, and nothing pairs better with March than Evan Williams bourbon. Tonight, what do we got? No, we don't have anything tonight, right?
No.
When's the next game start? Thursday?
Yeah.
Next Thursday, we'll ramp it back up again. And when it's another weekend of sitting in front of the TV all night, all day, you got to have a Evan Williams game day pour in your hand. It's bourbon done right, extra aged, always smooth, with flavors of oak, honey, and vanilla. No better way to celebrate a big upset or a last-second buzzer beater. I think there was only like one buzzer beater, right?
I think
Maryland?
Maryland.
And that was a travel, by the way. That was a travel. On college. Get the gather step in the NBA, but not a college. Make Evan Williams part of your game day from the first tip to the championship celebration. Visit evanwilliams.com to find a bottle near you. Evan Williams, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 43 to 45%. Because I have one more thing. Did you see, like, a week or two ago, Hubs' girlfriend?
That was what my by the way was too.
Oh, okay.
That was what my by the way was too.
Bro, this is one of my favorite things ever.
It's.
Do you know it?
Oh,
Yeah,
Jackie
I
knows
was
it.
saying,
Jackie
yeah.
believes it.
Okay, so I'm stumbling upon this as well.
I had never heard of it. What I was saying the other day, what is crazy to me is it's not so prevalent anymore. It's not really like the marching cry, but like there was a while, I feel like when I was younger, where it was like women can do anything men can do. Like we are the same. And you guys said that, believing that our entire sex can slam dunk.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. Because like when I hear someone can dunk, I'm like, oh, that's an alien. That's a freak.
They're
that person's
the
nothing like
biggest
me.
athlete in the world. Yeah.
You thought an entire sex could dunk.
And then you thought that you could do that too?
but I thought, because I was saying like I remember the moment that I learned that not all men can dunk, and I was
When was it?
so disappointed. It was like in college. I remember like one of my guy friends said something, and I was like. And I had been like being ghosted by a guy at the same time. I was just like,
Can't even dunk.
They are just constantly disappointing me. Like I can't even fucking dunk. Oh my god, I was so pissed for some reason. Like, but I didn't think that.
Wait, let me explain this because I don't think we have to explain it.
Yeah.
So Hubs was texting with his. Wait, what was it exactly? Hubs was texting with his girlfriend. Can you pull up the tweet? Yep, I got it. because I don't remember the exact circumstances of it, and it's very funny. So
Basically, she asked, when was
my
the last time you
fiance
did it?
just asked me with a straight face, when was the first time I dunked? Just assumed throughout our entire relationship I've been dunking. Was stunned beyond belief when I said none of my friend group can do it. Wonder how fast she thinks I can throw a baseball. She said, quote, you play so much basketball, I just assumed you could dunk. I'm getting sadder by the minute here. He explained to her, because Hubs is not a tall guy either. He goes, if I could dunk, that would mean I have a 50.5-inch vertical. Like, you thought that I could jump 50 inches? She was like, yeah, I just guess so. And then, so every girl kind of seems to be like, yeah. I was talking to a girl, and I read this out loud. I was cackling. And I was like, this is hilarious. I read it. She laughs. She's having we're laughing about it. And then she's like, but when did you dunk? And I was like, what were you even laughing at? What were you laughing at? That's what I said. So why are you laughing? She goes, well, you're taller than him. I was like, by a couple inches. Like, it's not like, what do you mean?
Shut the fuck up, Pavs.
Fucking asshole, Pavs. Well played.
I forgot Pavs
Well
could
played.
dunk.
Look at that face. Look at that face. He's like, I just fucking dunked. Oh, he's got multiple. He's got multiple.
Staring down the camera. So the Hubs tweet led to a big argument out of all of my friends because I haven't dunked since sophomore year of college.
Do you know what he's doing?
So I'm training to dunk again.
He's gonna dunk.
Oh, yeah. Day one
You
was
have a year,
today.
right?
Yeah. What's up?
You have a year to do it?
No,
Is
I
that
have
the-
until July 2nd.
Oh,
Oh my god.
you better get on your grind, bro.
Yeah,
Where
today
are you
was
at
day
right now?
one.
Like,
Oh,
can you?
I'm touching red. That's
Okay.
it. But,
Okay.
but,
It's
like,
a bit.
not
There's always a big difference, though.
Oh, it's a
because
big
I
difference,
remember
yeah.
at my peak, I could nick the rim, and the thought of having to hold a ball and get it up over it is like another 6 inches.
Yeah.
It's not like you're right there, you know. That honestly is half the battle. Is like the ball, being able to palm the ball and all that shit.
Like, even to this day, I kind of feel like you guys just aren't really trying hard. Like, I don't know.
And what about you guys?
I think
to answer your question, sorry, I also thought I probably could dunk if I tried, but I just I have.
Jackie,
But you guys play more basketball than us, so you guys should all be able to dunk. I get the thought
This is why
process.
it's like the perfect. It's you're still, despite the fact that I think we've laid it out there, you're still not understanding how much of an achievement this is. I'm trying to think of something that would really, it would be it's almost the same thing as being you can climb a mountain. They have an equal chance of those two things happening. It's 0.
I know, but it's recency bias. What we were talking about, I had assumed that everyone could dunk, and now that you guys can't dunk, it really takes away from the male.
Have you ever seen a regular person?
I know
dunk?
what a dunk is.
Have you seen a regular person ever dunk? Why?
I mean,
It's they just. I guess Pat. I guess we just watched it. But it's not like you see it all the time. It's
It
not
just
if you
doesn't
pull
look-
up-
it doesn't
I mean,
look
you see it in the
that
NBA,
hard.
but
Yeah.
you're not.
But I guess with the amount of basketball you watch,
you're not watching men's league basketball.
You're I don't know. Everyone who plays basketball dunks.
Dunk.
You guys
If
play
you
basketball.
Yeah. But it's not scoring a goal or crossing the end zone, crossing the goal line. It's this feat that cannot
I
be
would have
achieved.
assumed you guys figured it out in at least high school. You took gym, right? And you should be well, these guys aren't athletic.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but
Have you seen regular people with the basketball?
well, I was just they're just not
trying.
dunking right now. We're
Well,
it's not a dunking kind of
that's
vibe.
the
They're
other
not in
thing.
the mood to dunk.
If
They're in the mood to unathletically run in a circle instead of slam dunking basketball.
that's another thing you guys are not understanding. If I could dunk, it's all I would do. I would live in a gym and I would just make videos of me dunking, and that's all I would do, all the time.
And I feel like men, rappers, everyone talks about dunking all the time. That it's well, no, that's misleading.
That's how much of a goddamn dream it is.
I guess.
I was trying to think of a female equivalent without being just an asshole, stereotypical misogynist. Or I can't even. I don't even
do you
know.
have what?
The only thing, and I don't even think it applies. I was thinking when was the first time you modeled for Victoria's Secret? When was the first time you walked the runway in Paris? It's wait, what? You thought I was a model? Look at me. You thought I was a model? It's well, yeah, you guys are always talking about makeup and hair and stuff. I thought you were a professional model.
That's hey, that's a fair play.
that one was fair.
Yeah,
that was a good shot.
Crazy.
really funny.
I couldn't believe when she was laughing and then was but what about you? And I was what was the last 5 minutes about? I thought we just were having this funny moment. whoosh, right over your head.
Have you ever been able to like kind of dunk? Oh, you just said rim.
Yeah, like we would lower it. I think at my peak I was dunking on like a 9-foot hoop, like on a fucking prayer.
I actually think I never tried. I think there was a phase where I could have dunked with a small ball.
I was gonna say I remember like running open, not definitely not in a game, and just dunking, and it was probably like between 8.5 and 9 feet or something like that.
In my, I think it's just a hand. Like I don't think I can grip a ball. I don't think I have hands big enough to like palm a basketball.
Yeah.
But like in my early 20s, I was doing a lot of box jumps. There was a phase where
Really?
and I was box jumping high.
Well, you know what? The other thing is it's also
I would have
about
like 3 boxes on top of each other.
That's crazy. But it is also about like dunking is also not just jumping. You know what I mean? It's like if you can just like jump, but if you need to like run and jump off of 1 foot and have like a rhythm, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's if you can just fucking 2-foot jump and dunk, then you can really you really got hops.
Maybe we should all individually train for something. Like Pabs does the dunking.
Mm-hmm. I'm out.
I can't actually think of anything more. Well, all right, we tried.
This is the not doing things group.
July 2nd though is it's
Yeah.
gonna come up quick.
It's gonna come up fast.
Are you like?
You should
are
document
like
all this.
Working out, or you just?
I'm doing box jumps. I'm doing squats, leg raises, the whole
You gotta
thing.
get those calves, right?
It's all calves.
It's all the
yeah.
twitch in the calves.
And it's just like the number one thing is practicing the dunk. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to the court once it gets a little bit nicer out.
Yeah, I remember
every
you
day.
saying you weren't impressed with the dunk contest.
The dunk contest. Which
Yeah.
one?
Just like in general, you're like, I'm not
Yeah.
impressed with
You
this.
said Mac McClung like wasn't
Yeah,
impressive. It's
yeah.
like probably the most impressive thing in sports right now is Mac McClung.
Yeah.
I don't remember saying this. I'm guessing it was 2 years ago. 'Cause I definitely didn't watch this
yeah,
year.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
But
Like,
the
I don't-
dunk contest as a production, I am not impressed with.
No.
Slam
Yeah,
dunks,
yeah,
I
yeah,
am.
yeah.
But like, yeah, the dunk production, the dunk contest, I don't
No, that
give a
does
fuck
suck.
about that.
That does suck. But like, I don't think the vast majority of people could just jump and put a ball under their legs. Forget about dunking on a 10-foot hoop.
Yeah.
Just take a ball, jump, and be in the air long enough to go under your legs.
Yeah.
I don't think most people.
Wait, is that part of a dunk that you have to? No.
No, but,
Not like the
Do that.
dunk contest. They do that shit.
Oh wow.
But again, regular people cannot do these things. I mean, these like the guys who can really dunk are like, there are guys who now go like behind the back through the legs, like guy jumped over a fucking clock.
Whoa.
Like that's the craziest thing going right now.
Crazy.
but I will say this: if this was what my take was, it is a lot more impressive in picture than in practice. In practice, you're kind of like, oh, I thought that was going to be cooler.
Yeah.
Slow mo is where it's really at. You get the movement and it's slow enough. When it just happens in fast mo, it's just like boom.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay. But I mean, like, he's like literally skywalking. Fucking crazy, man.
What do you guys think of that guy's morning routine?
That guy with the tape
Yeah,
over
yeah,
the-
he's-
I've only seen the picture. What is the actual routine?
Oh, it's insanity.
It's
It's
insane.
insanity.
What is it?
You didn't see this either? I saw this shit. The fucking it's just some jacked black dude with like he starts his morning
wakes
like
up at
4
3 a.m. or
a.m.
whatever,
Yeah. I honestly I would say go do
I saw that.
anybody's page, and it was like all I saw. What did I think of the routine as a whole? Obviously, it's performative and silly. But I did while I was watching it, I was like, we talked about this kid very recently. It's Pretty. I guarantee that's Pretty's morning routine.
Who?
Gaz's buddy Pedro.
Oh yeah.
I was watching this the whole time. I was just, shout out Pretty. I was like, I bet this is what Pretty fucking does.
I love including like brushing the teeth. It's like, yeah, man, we know. We know that's part of your morning routine.
And then he's just always dunking his face in water.
Is this a turn on?
No. This-
Anyone
this
who
some
wears that
girls?
kind of shit in the gym,
Maybe.
fucking loser.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fucking... I think one of the worst trends ever is the crossbody.
Completely agree.
Yeah,
Hate
yeah,
Completely
that,
agree.
dude.
Agreed.
Hate it. I think it's so...
This was the best
Leg
right here.
warmers too, like
7:36.
yeah.
And 7:40 when he's in the pool, and so because he floated for 4 minutes.
dive in. I think when you go to the gym, I want to see like a Bill Belichick, like you know, ripped t-shirt,
Yeah.
cut hoodie, like old shorts,
Yeah.
Gold's Gym type shit. You know, like
Dude,
that's what you should be wearing.
I
I bet you there are people who are into this though.
there's thousands.
Oh my
millions.
God, what is that? He rubbed the banana on his face.
Yeah, Chaps did that.
I was gonna say, Chap's got a eye infection from that
yeah.
shit.
Oh.
Eye sty.
Yuck. I will say this is all impressive to have all this done by 9 a.m.
I don't think he's doing it every day. He's doing it for this.
But also, like,
I'm
think
sure well, actually, I don't know. Like Corey G gets up like 4 a.m. every day, so maybe these guys do.
Yeah.
Is
he?
When does he go to bed at like 4 o'clock?
Yeah, he must, right?
Like,
Because
that was always the thing about like Mark Wahlberg. It's like cool, but like you don't even stay up past Jeopardy, bro. You have a bedtime, dude. You're a child.
Like, yeah, you gotta be going to bed at 8 because I'm sure these guys aren't getting like they're
usually they're all about recovery, and all
right?
that shit.
So like, you're getting your 8 hours.
Yeah.
So you must be in bed at fucking 8 p.m.
Yep.
That's insanity.
I cannot even fathom what life is like to be in shape like that. I can't even wrap my head around
He's
just
a
feeling
beast.
good and being like if anything comes up, he's just like, yeah, I could lift that. Like, you want me to move that couch? I'll just like pick it up with one hand. like I always see those viral trends where it's like,
but like, even this shit, like putting on all his jewelry to go to the gym, that
Yeah,
bothers
that's
me.
insane.
So
That bothers
I
me.
would really hope that's performative for the video and he doesn't do that shit in real life. But something tells me.
Yeah.
But like I always see those things where it's like a trend where it's like pick your girlfriend up and like put her on your shoulder. I'm like, I can't fucking do that. I'm just like clean lift her up and put her on my no. And this guy's just like, yeah, I can do that shit. I don't know. It's so foreign to me. I can't even fathom it. Like I feel like even if I got in shape, I would not be strong. Does that make sense? Like I might make my body look a certain way, but I bet you it would not be useful.
You're like vinyl siding.
Yeah, right. Like it looks away, but it is not
Well, if
structurally
you touch
sound.
it doesn't feel like what you think it's gonna feel like.
Oh, man. I would love. I do want to like. One ultimate thing on my bucket list would be to get in shape. Just even for a brief period of time, like even if it's like for 1 year, 6 months it took me to like get trim. 6 months it took me to put on some muscle, and then like I only have it for 6 months, and then I get fat again. But like, I did it.
That's very doable.
I know. I keep saying this, but I do think I'm reaching a point of like, boy, I really don't like living my life this way. It really
Do
is.
you really like? I know we kind of like laugh about it a lot, like, and it's not even just us. Like everyone always says, like once you're over 30, like your back hurts and your shoulders hurt and your knees hurt. We're kidding. We're exaggerating.
I
right?
have a lot of issues, but I think I have that, and I've had 6 surgeries. So
Right.
like, you shouldn't.
Yeah, like
'Cause I
30
barely-
is not
Yeah,
old.
30 is pretty young. What I would say it is like, so I this is why I'm always like, I would love to like Freaky Friday switch into somebody's body, because I'm like, how much of my shit is from, like, if you jumped in my body and felt some of these things, would you be like, oh my God, I don't ever feel like this?
Yeah.
Or is it like, yeah, it doesn't matter that you've had surgeries, this is what everybody feels, you know? So I don't necessarily find it to be that. There's definitely like, I can't lay certain ways on my shoulder. I can't, if I fall asleep with my arm over my head, it's probably gonna get dislocated. Like weird things like that. But the main thing I feel is like when in the very rare instances where I do work out or run or have to do something, I'm like, I do not have it anymore.
Yeah.
Like if it was like you have to go run like a few miles right now,
But
I don't think I could do that.
Well, there's your problem. You don't have to go
Running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I'm just saying, like, you gotta go
yeah.
run a quarter mile.
Right.
And then run a
right.
quarter mile a few days in a row. Then
Well,
go run a half
that
mile.
I think is the main thing, is like, especially if you've ever been in shape at all or played sports at all. It's like, I was never a big workout guy, but I could go do these things. And so when you like go to the gym or work out, you're like, I'm just gonna go do what I used to do, and it's like, no, you have to start at like and I think the problem is that you start at like an embarrassing level.
Yeah.
It's like lift up like 2-pound weights before you start lifting 20-pound weights, before you 40-pound weights. And you don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
But you do it like I've had a million phases in my life. But like there were many times like where I'm fat and I'm like, I gotta lose a few pounds before I get to the gym.
Yeah,
like I can't be going to the gym looking like this. So you work out at home for a few weeks and then you're like, okay, now I'm ready for it. It's just like,
yeah.
It's
well,
I like also, you don't start building a house by like just fucking building a house. You gotta like build the foundation first, and then you go.
I think also I was either like in any free time I either was like working, doing shit with kids. Like I was always doing so much shit that when I then had downtime, I wanted just downtime.
Yeah.
And now I've had enough downtime for a long enough period of time where I'm like, this doesn't even do it for me anymore. Like I used to love relaxing and doing nothing. And now doing nothing kind of gives me like anxiety and I feel bad about it. So now I like finally think, because I know myself at least, I'm not doing it until I want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and like I don't have the fortitude and all that to be like, this sucks. I don't want to do it. I'm going to keep doing it. It can suck, but at least I want to do it. You know what I mean? Right. Until I hit the want level, it ain't happening. So I'm not even gonna fucking bother.
Yeah.
You know? I'm waiting till I bottom out.
Wait, so are you at the want level though?
Pretty close. I'm pretty close. I'm definitely at the level of I don't enjoy just sitting around anymore, and I still do it. And at the end of it, I'm like, this was very like I feel like I wasted time, did nothing, was a bum, and I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I used to be able to just like eat up hours of television and be like, I'm just watching this TV show and I'm talking about it. It's awesome. And now I'm kind of like, I should have been doing something. But even that, I'm still trying to like doing nothing. I'm like, maybe today I'll change. And it's like 1,000 days in a row of it not feeling good. It's probably time to make some changes. So. And I think I'm also at a point where like there is like a decade there of like with younger kids and where work was. I mean, there was one point at work where it was like 4 different shows and 5 different interviews a week, and you know, and it was nuts. It was crazy, and it was like I just didn't have the time. I did have the time, but the little bit of free time I had, I didn't want to spend it at the gym.
Yeah. I hate it when people are like no excuses. Like you have to have that mind. Like,
I mean, just, it's like yes, there are enough hours in a day. I could be at the gym late at night. I don't want it. I'm not doing it. You know. But yeah, maybe we'll get there one day. We'll see. Look, it'll get easier as I get older, right? For sure. I'm definitely going to tell my kids, like, you have to stay in shape. Like, don't let it go. I'm going to be like a Nazi about that.
You're gonna, like,
the ultimate do as I say, don't as I do. Yeah, I'll give him an eating disorder. I guess I'm thinking more about, I'm always so, like, unfair with it. I'm like, I don't know what to tell Shay, but I'm going to tell Keegan. You have to keep working out.
Yeah.
The other day, he was like, I'm so strong. I was like, okay, sure, man. And he just dropped down and started doing clap push-ups. I was like, I think you are kind of strong.
That is pretty strong.
It's like you weigh like 40 pounds, but whatever, dude. Keep that going, man. And we got Bert on the show. But before we get into those, White Lotus was this week. And I think that they were kind of, you know, the direction we were going was, will the Ratliff dad kill himself? And I think the odds-on favorite for a Ratliff to end up dead is now one of the brothers, because that's beyond the point of no return. You can't come back from jerking your brother off. You just can't do it.
I don't watch it. Every time I hear somebody talk about it, like
I actually was thinking, obviously you can't come back from it.
You can't come back from it.
But if it did happen, I think me and my brother would have handled it very differently.
Okay, so I was about to say something very stupid, like you can't come back from it, but if it happened to me, we would come back from it. Yeah. Like if this happened to me and you, I think we would stand on 2 feet and look each other in the eyes and be like, "I was fucked up, but we're just gonna move on."
Like, dude, I jerked off the wrong dick. It was an accident.
There was one dick here and one dick there, and I just mixed them up. The younger brother, who's like 18, like I think just lost his virginity, maybe, is riding this girl and just reaches over while the other brother and like they're blacked out and they're on drugs, they're in Thailand, and he is remembering the threesome basically, and in his mind he's jerking off himself watching, which is weird enough, and then like the memories start to come back and it's him reaching over, and the little brother's like, I blacked out, and then he starts meditating because they're in Thailand and he starts to remember, so now like their memories are coming back. And Patrick Schwarzenegger does an unbelievable job. The hangxiety, bro.
Dude,
is like
that scene by the pool.
The
way they made him look, dude. It was
yes, like, dude, face change.
That scene by the pool, I was like, I didn't really have an opinion on Patrick Schwarzenegger one way or the other.
Yeah.
But I, you know, like kind of what comes with a big name is like, oh, he got strings pulled. He probably, you know, whatever. And then I was pretty impressed with him the whole show.
I think he's been great.
And then that scene, I was like, holy shit,
There's only
smoked that.
One person who should have that role instead of him, and it's Francis. Saw that clip on Boy Dad. It's like, yeah, that was. You know how fucking weird it's got to be for Frank to be watching that show.
Wait,
Francis.
Francis.
and he had a legitimate. He said out loud in a legitimate tone. Yeah, like as an actor, I was thinking like that role's for me. So watch that guy and be like, I would have crushed this. You gotta look in the mirror yourself, dog.
Dude, I was watching it last night, and like particularly when like he's like hungover in bed, and like it's just the morning is just happening, and he's kind of having some flashbacks. I was like right there. I would be like, dude, did you fucking jerk me off last
Yeah,
night?
you gotta. Yeah, yeah.
Like-
You either gotta acknowledge it, joke about it, pretend it didn't
Yeah,
happen,
dude.
something, but don't let it just eat you up like this. I think now. So my prediction now, because I was talking through this in my head. I was like, if 2 girls in Thailand knew, whatever, right? You go back to your regular life, no big deal. And if your brother blacked out, now it's just you carry that, and I carry plenty of things.
Yeah.
I can just push shit down. I can compartmentalize that. I will Costanza that shit. It's not a lie if you believe it, sort of thing. I will just tell myself that never happened. But once your brother starts remembering, and if he starts to talk and have issues with it, I think my crazy White Lotus prediction is I think someone's gonna get poisoned by that milkshake, the protein shake that he's always blending up, smoothie, whatever it is, and I think he's gonna get extreme and kill his brother.
See, I think the opposite. I think Locke is the
Gonna
bad
kill
guy.
Saxon.
I don't know if he's gonna kill someone, but I think
he's
Locke is the chain to break that sets everything off. I think he's evil. I think he's a
I
bad
don't think
guy.
I could see him snapping, but I
Yeah.
don't think he's evil.
I think he's evil.
I think he's doing everything to please everybody.
But I think he's doing some sociopath shit. Like
Yeah.
his smirk when he said, "I don't even remember last night."
Yeah.
That was like that put up a red flag, and then the whole shit with the sister right now is being creepy too.
Yeah,
Where
I'll
I'm
go
like,
with you, or I'll stay with
like,
you, and I'll do it with you. Yeah.
I think there's something.
He also might just be completely traumatized by his wildly fucked up family.
Yeah.
But they all like before this weekend, they weren't fucked up.
I don't
But
know.
it was
I
always
mean,
there. They just like they didn't. It's coming to light now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they didn't know that like dad's a criminal, mom's a
Yeah.
drug addict,
Right,
like
right.
or I'm sure they were annoyed by their parents, but I don't think they knew to the extent.
I
So,
think
like,
that Timothy Ratliff is coming around now, and he's like kind of enlightened and like he's
Yeah,
kinda like
like-
maybe living a materialistic life isn't that great. Look where it led me.
hey,
Also,
I gotta kill
why
my
does
wife
it-
now.
Bro, when he was holding it, I was like, it would be very White Lotus to just like pow pow. Why doesn't he just stay in Thailand? Can't you just?
He's
I don't know what.
gotta.
He's definitely got it.
Yeah,
He's gonna
right.
learn something at the dinner party.
From Gary Gregg, right?
Yeah,
Just like,
yeah.
yeah, dude, you're good. You're here. If you were in America, you'd be fucked. You're here.
You're not in America.
It's like, you know when people flee the country? You already fled.
Yeah.
You pre-fled. You did the pre-flee.
No, I
set.
definitely think he's staying in there. But I think Lachlan, you know who he reminds me of? The ice truck killer.
Ooh, he looks like it. I
Yeah.
can see that. Yeah. Almost
Dexter's.
too goody, two shoes.
Oh.
Like,
yeah. He was like just his look and like his like creepiness.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, obviously, I could be wrong, but I got eyes on Lachlan.
There's about 10 shows out right now worth talking about that we'll do maybe next episode because I don't want to run too long. But I do want to say the dick riding of adolescence is driving me crazy.
Really?
It's driving me crazy.
I still haven't seen it.
People are like, this is the greatest piece of television in the last 20 years, and it is not. It is not.
Really?
It is not. It's very cool. The concept is 4 episodes. Every episode is one single shot. There's no cuts. There's no edits. They filmed every episode 10 times, and they just picked the best one. So a lot of it is improv and like timing and shooting it cinematography. That is all amazing. There's no denying that. It's very cool to watch. You don't realize how much a TV show cuts until you watch a show that doesn't do it at all. Kids jump out the window and the camera like somehow follows them through the window, and they go, there's drones everywhere. I think it's very, very cool on that front. The first episode is incredible. You think you're about to witness something amazing, but then this one shot thing completely limits the show. Like the second episode, they want to show the other kids who are involved. It's like a kid murder mystery, and in order to show the kids at school, the whole fucking episode has to be at the school.
You texted
so
about
now
that.
none of the characters from the first episode are in it at all, and it's like the scenes in school are kind of okay, but a lot of it's like I wish we were back over here. And then the third episode people like is he's in the room, the kid is in the room with like a counselor, and there's like some heated, intense conversation. And then the fourth episode sucks. 1 and 3 are good. 2 and 4 I think are bad. But either way, it's very. There's also some very heavy, like it's a very much a Andrew Tate is ruining young men type vibe, and the parents are like so clueless in certain scenes. Where I do think some parents don't understand it, but like there's like the parents like don't know that like emojis mean certain things and like what certain words mean. It's like, bro, come on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So some of that was bothering me. It's good, it's fine, but the way. I think because of the subject matter and because of the technical aspect, people are like, this is amazing. It's like, I don't know. So, and that's the dad is, I think, the director of it.
Yeah, it's Stephen Graham. He directed Peaky.
Right.
He is Snatch.
Right.
Yeah.
He is a small guy.
Yeah.
Very tiny fella. But we'll talk next episode. There's the Amanda Seyfried show is great. The Pit is good. There's a bunch out there. But those are the two big ones right now, Adolescence and White Lotus. So Bird Dogs classic quarter zips are perfect for when you're looking for something for the in-between. This is John's great theory that the whole world met in the middle on quarter zips. People who dress comfy, people who dress classy, meet in the middle on your quarter zips. And you know with Bird Dogs, it's going to be comfortable and stylish, whether you're golfing or going on a first date, whether you're hanging out with the boys or the girls, whether you're going to work or sitting at home. Bird Dogs quarter zips are the new go-to. And now what are you going to pair it with? You got to get a nice pair of pants, right? I hate wearing nice pants. They're the worst. I was wearing jeans this weekend, and Shay said to me,
You're in jeans right now.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shay said to me, I don't think I've ever seen you wear jeans. Not a suit, not slacks or khakis, just jeans. And I said, I put my foot down. I was like, yes, you have. She was like, no, I haven't. I was like, damn it. Yes, you have. But barely. But Bird Dogs has you covered with stretch khakis that look like you're dressing up, but they have the stretch and flexibility you need. Other athleisure pants look shiny. You look like you're wearing like warm-ups. You can't, too casual to wear them out. Certainly can't go to work in them. Bird Dogs stretch khakis, you can have that comfort and style. And for a limited time, you can get a free hat right now with any Bird Dogs order when you use promo code KFC at birddogs.com. Get this hat completely free when you use code KFC at birddogs.com. Support our show and let them know that we sent you. All right, we're going to get into our interview with Bert in a second, but before we do that, a little inside Barstool drama from in one of the biggest snake moves of all time. I could not believe my ears when I heard this one. It's altogether shocking, yet very fitting all at the same time. And it involves our good friend Dante. I think Dante went too far this time. Beyond the point of no return on this one. So Dante, as we know, has been getting in trouble for music. He ran Barstool Backstage, was the social media channel and podcast at Barstool that was trying to make inroads in the music world, and he kept getting in trouble for posting copywritten music to the point that we were getting sued for like tens of thousands of dollars every time, and Dave eventually just said, "You shut down, you're done." And every time he got in trouble, Dante just kept being like, I don't get it why other people can do it and I can't. And it's like, well, listen, we don't know. Maybe they work for the record label. Maybe they got clearance. Maybe they're paying them. Or maybe they're not as big as Barstool. Maybe Barstool has a bullseye on their back. Whatever the thing is, you're getting in trouble. It doesn't matter that they are not. So stop doing it. He wouldn't stop doing it. Dave eventually just had to cancel the show. Now, a normal person would say that sucks. And we've all been there before. I've done it with baseball. It's like, I want to post baseball clips to promote the game of baseball. It logically makes sense. The industry does not allow you. Just how it goes.
And also, I want to post baseball clips to get retweets.
Totally. No, yeah, but the logic of the league or the industry should like this holds.
Yes.
But they're also like, this is how we make money, and we're going to make money off of every single time you get posted. I think it's backwards. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter that me and Dante think it's backwards. That's how the fuck it goes. So you should just kind of take your medicine, and it is what it is. Or you could just, as you're drowning, just reach up and grab people and pull them down with you. And that is what Dante did, just completely sandbagging our boy Vinny, the Don Chens.
The real fucking Don, if you ask
well,
me.
that's how funny is that? Now we're going to have Don on Don violence now. Don on Don crime.
Dante is so fucking annoying, he's making me defend an Italian.
Vinny was with KFC Radio for like a summer. He's the producer of Out and About, working with Joey and Pat. And on the side, he does kind of like 1 Minute Man type videos for music. And he's made like a lot of headway in the rap world. Had like several videos really pop off, like tens of millions of views, steadily getting like hundreds of thousands. More importantly, he has labels and artists reaching out to him being like, we want you to interview us. And he's kind of in that gray area of like, I'm a producer. I started making content off hours on my own. Now people are reaching out to me. Like, that's kind of the roadmap. That's what's always kind of happened at Barstool. And
I was just gonna say he also like is it's always me and him here at the end of the day. Like he's one of the hardest workers here.
Yes.
And like
he
gets
always
his shit
gets
done.
his. So this was part of it. Like he ran into an issue.
Nice. It was always me and him.
I swear on my life.
I swear
He usually leaves about 10 minutes before me,
I
but
swear-
he's here pretty late.
Okay, Dante.
He's
the second hardest worker here
I did
behind
not
me.
even mean to do that. I will fess up when I mean to do that. That was not one of those times. That's crazy.
Vinny ran into a couple issues where, like, at first the head of production was like, "You're a producer, and you're like kind of wasting company time." And so then he was like, "I only do off hours. I only do it after my work is done." He's like following all the rules, and one of the rules is if you have a brand account like a Barstool show, you
Such
can't
as
post
Barstool
music.
Backstage.
Right, that's what Barstool Backstage was. That's kind of what their problem was. I think if Dante was just like, "I'm the music guy," he probably could have done it.
Yeah.
But he made it Barstool Backstage, and that made that put a bullseye on their back for labels to go after them. Now, Vinny is in this weird gray area where it's like he has like Barstool Sports in his bio, and it says video creator, and because there's logos everywhere you look in this place, like when he films at work, there's a Barstool logo, and like if a label sees that, they're like, "You're talking about our music, you're using our music, you're clearly a video creator at Barstool, we're coming after you." And so he gets an email being like, "You need to take that out. You need to take down some of this stuff. You can't do this, that, and the other anymore. You have to follow these rules." And Vinny's kind of like, this seems like I'm being singled out. There are plenty of other people who post music. And I was saying to him, "Well, you're in this gray area because you're not just posting music. You're posting about music. You're using music, all that stuff." So I'm talking to him. He's talking to head of production, Gaz, everyone, these emails with the lawyers going around. And the whole time I had a little like inkling in the back of my head, but I didn't say it because I was like, I'm not gonna start any rumors or anything. But he has this meeting, and he's like, "Where did this all even come from?" And he said that Dante flagged everything and brought it up to legal. And not only that, he noticed that the night before, the Barstool Backstage account watched like all of his, you can see who's watched your stories and who watched your content.
Yeah.
And like Dante and Barstool Backstage watched like an unusual amount. So Dante literally just went to the other guy making music content and was like, "Well, he can't do it either. What about him? Take him down too."
There's no way to describe it other than he's a snitch, a bitch, a loser, a lame.
Ooh,
like
bars.
Speaking of rap, Vinny's about to make a video of that. You're a loser, what? Snitch, a bitch, a loser, a lame. I mean, that could be a whole
Almost
right
in
there.
a turtleneck, like that went so hard, dude.
But like, look, I'm always saying Dante's the dumbest guy in the world, which he is. But I'm also always saying he's a nice guy. That's just scumbag
This
behavior.
is almost
this
like
is
indefensible.
fucking.
And then I'm
to
here-
to be like, if I can't. And here's the deal: because of the two things I always say about Dante, he's so dumb that he will argue, and what I might even believe is he's like, I was trying to get my account back.
Yeah,
I wasn't
defend myself
but
by pointing out another example.
the lack of brain you have to think that that's a possibility.
Insane.
Is unfathomable.
It's also like it's just like you would never do that in like let's say your girlfriend's mad at you or whatever, and you're like, "But like he does it to his
Yeah,
girlfriend."
right.
You wouldn't do that to your boy because you know, and so you do that to someone who you're trying to take down. There is no world where Dave and Barstool goes, "Oh, the Don Chens does it. You're right, Dante. You can do it too."
The producer does it. So of course it doesn't make any fucking sense. You have to be so stupid.
Even if you're just defending yourself, trying to argue your right to do it, you have to understand nothing's going to change the circumstances. And by highlighting someone else who does it, you're just fucking them over. And I'm hearing additional rumblings that Vinny has heard from other people that this is like straight up hater shit. Like he's mad that Vinny was not reaching out to Barstool Backstage and not collaborating with him doing music stuff. So
Yeah, because music. Once
I mean, well, only one person owns music.
only one
It's
person
the
can talk
Don.
about music
The
as
Don.
a whole.
The
We
Don
only
is-
have one football show, and we only have like one comedy show. Like, of course, how dare someone else talk about fucking music when Dante the Don is available?
And he'll have another excuse, like the last one when he was making fun of Mubi and Kelly, and he was just like, "Oh, I was just fucked up and I don't remember."
Yeah,
like,
no,
you
he
knew exactly
will
what the
have
fuck
an
you were doing.
excuse,
Dude,
and it will be
put-
stupid.
Put it this way: if you ever email Barstool Legal about anything other than your own shit,
I don't even open emails from Barstool,
I don't
let
even know.
alone send them to him.
I know, because I'm an idiot and I've had my own shit in the past. I know who Barstool lawyers are. Nobody else should even know who they are. You guys shouldn't even know who Legal Paul is. Every time I talk to him, I go, I never want to talk to you again, Paul. No offense, but I hope I never talk to you again. So anybody who's reaching out to talk about other people's legal shit, you have to have a shred of awareness to go, this might not go well for my boy.
Yeah.
You know, and it's clear that you're doing it because he's not your boy because of whatever little fucking dick measuring thing you're doing with music. But, like, yeah, I think maybe somebody a little upset that Vinny's music videos do a little bit better than Barstool Magazine. That's all I'm saying.
Which I mean, like, it's just, it's legitimately disappointing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, damn, dude, I didn't know you were like that.
Right.
Like, you
That
were like,
sucks.
that sucks.
There's
that you're
dumb
that kind of
shit.
person.
There's, like, disagreements, whatever. It's like, I didn't think you were like that.
Yeah.
Man.
And
That's
again,
either,
I'm sure I don't even care to hear it. I'm sure he'll have some
excuse or
fucking
reason.
excuse that is. I mean, it's like 10 people are talking about it, about how Dante fucking snitched on Vinny, and there's no debate.
no one's like, well,
yeah, there's
everyone's
no
just like,
debate.
you're an
It's
asshole.
what happened.
Yeah.
And that's fucking bullshit, and it sucks that you're that kind of person.
This is like it's like Dante, the woman who claims her she's 140 pounds lighter. Not excuses.
It's
Hit him one more time with it.
what?
You're a bitch.
Oh,
You're a
no,
snitch.
yeah.
You're a loser and a lame.
Get it, white boy.
Yeah, my boy. It's great. Like it is. I've actually Dante's an idiot, and then I know I've recently been like, wait, is he dumb? Because that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh, you're a fucking idiot.
At the
But,
very
like,
least,
are you stupid?
You are so dumb that you couldn't pause and say, let me be an adult and think through my actions and think if this is going to negatively affect someone else, which it obviously is if you give it 1 ounce of thought.
Yeah.
Before just going, he can do it. Why can't I do it?
Because there's like. You can do it on Dante the Don account,
Right.
It's fucking. I don't like pay that close attention to these rules because I don't really live that close to the line of it.
Right.
But like I understand, I know that personal accounts can post music, brand accounts cannot. That's it. That's it. So why would you fucking rat out a personal account just doing what we're allowed to, doing what a personal account is allowed to do?
Right.
Vinny did absolutely fucking nothing wrong. I guess the content creator, whatever the
It's
fucking
a little bit of a gray
thing.
area where I told him, I'm like, I understand why Legal and Chase, the production guys, are talking to you because it's like music is a little bit different. And if you do these things that allude to you being a content creator at Barstool using music, it starts to gray, get a gray area. And like I'm almost arguing against Vinny on that. I was talking through him on the phone. I'm like, you got to see it from their point of view and all these other things. But they were like, as long as you do it this way, like you're okay. But it all only even came to light because Dante tore him down.
Yeah.
And really it's a testament to Vinny. He's doing something right that like it's making people notice and now production's talking to him and you're talking to Legal because like you're doing content that's doing numbers. So I don't know. I think there's one little piece of me that thought, you know how Dave always hypes up Nadu to piss off Rico?
Yeah.
There's one little part of me that Dave might be like, Vinny, the Don Chens is the authority on music at Barstool, just to piss off Dante. So it might end up working out well for. There's also a chance that Dave never hears about this, never cares about this, or says, I don't want to deal with music at all. But there's a little part of me that's like, this might be a great thing for Vinny.
The only thing there is I don't think he cares about Dante enough.
Well, he does.
He likes riling up Rico, which is why he likes to do.
I don't think he wants to tear down Dante.
But I think he can do that I don't think he cares for the pageantry of it.
Yeah. He does that privately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope Vinny works his fucking balls off. He's almost here as late as Jackie. I hope Dave backs him. I would be surprised to see that, but it's still fuck Dante. No matter.
Go follow Vinny if you're interested in his videos. It's Don_Chens. These fucking Italians. But yeah,
Bluetooth What was his Bluetooth name?
Oh.
When we were driving that one
Wait,
time?
now I
Fuck.
I
It
can't
was something
remember.
like-
but
He's just playing like slow tunes the whole time.
Yeah. It was like
like slow R&B
real
with like the
sexy.
5
All the cars.
you about to jerk me off right now?
But if you go look at his page, it's like the 3 top pinned ones: 10.3 million, 2.6 million, 1.1 million.
Yeah,
he's got a bunch of like hundreds of thousands, 244,000, 354,000. So. If you're into music and more so specifically rap, like new rap, underground rap, like really in the hip hop world, Vinny is the guy. So follow him at Don Chens. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.